We've got a mega matchup for you in week number 9 as tonight we come to you from Hilliard Davidson as Olentangy Liberty takes on the Wildcats of Davidson. And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Honda's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College here on the CW Columbus. I'm Randy Reinhardt alongside the football professor, Jeff Logan. And, Jeff, this is a big one here in week number 9.
Yeah, Randy, these are two blue blood programs with a great tradition, and you know, both of these football teams are going to make it into the playoffs, but a win tonight would be very special against one another.
Blue is a good term to use because these two teams dominate their uniforms with blue. And when you talk about the visitors, they are Olentangy Liberty. They are 4-4 on the season, 1-2 in the OCC Central. They are coached by Steve Hale, year number 19, the only head football coach they've ever had. They've got a guy in the backfield that is special running the football. His name is Chase Brecht.
Yeah, Chase Brecht is a very good football player, Randy. 5 touchdowns rushing, 1 receiving. Most importantly, starting quarterback J.J. Siebert out for tonight's game, so you're going to need to run the football with that backup quarterback in there. Chase Brecht has to have a big game.
They lost to Bradley last week by a count of 14-3. One school that loves to run the football is Hilliard Davidson. The Wildcats are 6-2, and they are coached by Jeremy Scally in year number 2, and he has a 2-headed monster. You cannot believe the balance they have in the offensive backfield.
Yeah, Jeremy Scally can pretend all he wants to, but I think Brian White's still calling all the plays here because they just run the ball. They only average 4 pass attempts per game. These two men in the backfield, Leo Nixon, Johnny Weir, are something special. Both of them with over 1,000 yards rushing already this season. Most teams in the area don't have a 1,000-yard rusher on their roster, so pretty special.
And they did throw the ball once last week, good for 37 yards. They lost to Kaufman last week, 43-28. Are you ready for some high school football?
Let's rock and roll.
Are you ready? What a night we have, what a game we have in week number 9 as tonight, Olentangy Liberty takes on Hilliard Davidson. Back with the kickoff in mere moments. You are watching Honda's Friday Night Rivals presented by Columbus State Community College in one place, right here on the CW Columbus.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
That might be a factor. Still windy down here.
And welcome back to Hilliard Davidson High School. Let's get a look at how the weather is going to impact tonight's game with ABC6 meteorologist Jim Ganal.
It's high school football and Friday night rivals. The game tonight, Olentangy Liberty versus Hilliard Davidson. There will be some widely scattered thunderstorms, especially early, steadier rain later on tonight. So at 7 o'clock, it's 73 degrees and breezy with widely scattered thunderstorms. By 9 o'clock, back to just cloudy for a while, 67 with rain developing later on during the night.
Jim, thank you very much. Time now to meet the third member of our broadcast team. To the sidelines we go, and Miles Harris.
Thank you, Randy. Now, on the back of every Hilliard Davidson helmet, there's an additional decal with the initials AJ. Now, the team is honoring former tight end and linebacker AJ Glover, who developed a brain tumor and actually passed away this past spring. Now, beyond the football team, the actual school is also honoring AJ with a memorial rock. Now, with all that being said, the pride with the Wildcats family is pretty strong, and they'll look to carry on the memory of AJ as they take the field tonight. Now, beyond that, and all things being said as well, it'll also be interesting to see those scattered storms, or showers, I should say, as well as the wind that we're actually feeling down here on the sideline as well. Randy, Jeff, back to you guys.
Thank you very much. Davidson won the toss, and they have deferred, so Liberty will have the ball first. Liberty going left to right in this contest, and the ball teed up in the person of Aiden Ignat, 5'10", and he is a senior, returning starter, a guy that normally can get that ball inside the 5-yard line. In fact, last week on kickoffs, Jeff, he was 6 of 7 on getting touchbacks. A game they won, by the way, last week, 43-28 over Kaufman. So they do that little fake that you love that we've seen from Brian White and everybody from the DeSales family as well, too.
Jeremy Scally, football coach at Davidson, told me, do not give me a bunch of grief tonight for our muddle huddle.
And there is yet another touchback. They get 7 of the last 8 kickoffs.
He can hope all he wants, Randy.
I know how you work. Anyway, with that being said, it is Olentangy Liberty, the Patriots on offense. And Jeff alluded to the fact in the open we'll have Ryan Grohe as the starting quarterback, the 6'1 senior. You can see his numbers so far in the campaign. Young man who likes history. He's carried the balls, 12 times on the season. J.J. Siebert, the sophomore, out with an injury. He was passing to the tune of 666 yards and 6 touchdowns, but he is sidelined for this contest as smoke wafts its way across the field. I think we're going to wait till it gets down to the goal line and scores. Blue Jackets score another goal?
Yeah, there you go.
That would be their 9th. 1st and 10 from the 20. And little problem with the snap, and Grohe's going to have to eat it and lose a couple on the play. So just like that, a rough start for that Olentangy Liberty offense, where Steve Hale, the head coach, is the coordinator. Got some good size up front. Carter Smith, the left tackle, is a commit to Indiana. And Troy Morkowski, another one that's a youngster with good size up front. Wide receivers, Alex Oakley kind of leads the parade with 277 yards so far and a 9.9-yard average and a handful of touchdowns. On a 2nd down and long, they'll keep it on the ground. And the guy we talked about in the open, Mr. Breck, finds the gap to the outside across the 30. What was 2nd and 12 is now a 1st down, as Lou Vasquez and that Hilliard Davidson defense will look to shut down the corner on future plays. Liberty is a team that does not like the huddle. Davidson does.
Yeah, they'll go fast. A little surprising, able to break contain. You can see the great blocking up ahead. Able to make some room for that running back, Chase Brecht. Again, we said he'll be impactful tonight because of the change in quarterback.
On a Home Appliance Solutions 1st down, they run it right up the middle, and there is nothing there. Stoned by the defense by Nick Monroe and company, the big nose tackle up front. It is a 3-4 base this year with Phillips, Monroe, and Conley up front. Some solid linebackers. The Conleys, by the way, are twins. Stump is a force. Wilson is a youngster in there. Sowers leads the brigade in that secondary along with Colin Nymeister. So mark it to the 37-yard line. In essence, it'll be 2nd down and 10 again, 1 minute into this contest. And the direct snap that time goes right to the running back, Chase Brecht, and Brecht's got it for a short gain on the play. Brecht's a guy that against Steubenville had a 27-yard touchdown catch, and against Westerville Central he rushed for 137 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, no surprise when they go into this formation who's going to carry the football, and this big offensive line doing a nice job. Key 3rd down play, though.
3rd down, the ball just about at the 40-yard line. They still need 8 more to move the chains again. As Ben Hefner is the center, 6'3", 305. And Grohe wants to throw. Looks underneath and will dump that way, and the pass is caught on the play by Breck, but great anticipation by that defense. I tell you what, a half second longer in the air, and I think Jackson Mazzillo has himself a pick.
Yeah, you're spot on. He did a good job of reading the play here. Great protection by the O-line. Check down, finding the back out of the backfield, and there was a lot of air underneath that football, Randy. A dangerous pass, and as you mentioned, Jackson Mazzillo nearly came up with the pick.
Connor Ingram does all the kicking duties, and that one is fairly straight up, if you will. Hits at the 41-yard line, and yell fire and get away from the football. If you're the Wildcats, you'll get an excellent field position at around the 40-yard line. And we played 2 minutes and 27 seconds of week number 9 here on the CW Columbus.
You know, much of what Hilliard Davidson does is predicated by field position. They are a strictly running football team. They do it better than anybody else in the Central District, and this is a great opportunity for this offense to start at the 40-yard line.
That's not for a game, folks. That's for a season. 34 attempts, 14 completions. They had one last week for 37 yards. They average about 350 yards in offense. About 310 of that is rushing. With that power look that they've had for 2 decades. They left it last year, came back to it this year, and they'll get the ball out from the 40 to around the 43-yard line. So a nice pickup on that first down play as it goes in the breadbasket of Johnny Weir. And Aaron Kincaid is the O coordinator. Some good hands people with Rothermill and Mikey Clark to the outside. And also the quarterback Blake Pettit, Nixon and Weir in the backfield. Some good size with Kozakowski and Napke and Carey up front, along with Abel, Coles, and Long. Second down, a gain of 3. We'll call it 7 from the 43-yard line. Backs from an eye this time with a wing to the top. And the second man through pushes the pile, and up across the 45 to the 46 is Johnny Weir. It's interesting how they have different running styles last season with Nixon and Weir, and now one had a strength going to the outside, one had a strength going to the middle. Now they've added to their weaknesses, and they're almost clones of each other.
Yeah, they really are, Randy, and here's your starting defense. Really good group.
And the D coordinator's Ed Miley. Charlie Cole III is a guy that's got a sack on the season. Graber also. You can look at the linebackers. Stamp is doing a tremendous job, as is Thompson at linebackers. Third down. And the first man through gets the handoff, gets across midfield, and they will have the first down, as that time on the handoff it goes to Nixon.
Now, those of you that follow Hilliard Davidson football certainly know that they were state champions in 2006, again in 2009, and it's kind of doing the math for these football players. You know, these were 4-, 5-, and 6-year-olds the last time they won a state championship, so I'm sure they know about it, but they certainly didn't live it.
They'll readjust and now have a man in motion top to bottom with the backs from an eye on this first down play. Second man through. And again, this is what they do. They pound you. And the irony of that is Weir's on the carry again. You would think that's a ball control offense, but to the prize of Coach Scally, he said many times this year we've broken the play for about 50 or 60 yards.
Yeah, it's real interesting. If they can get a gap, because everybody is packed in the box here, if you can get to the second level quickly, you can find big plays, but you just got to be able to find that seam. And a lot of time it's just patience. Good penetration that time, right up the middle.
Gain of only 1 on the play. Second down and 9 from the 49. Barely into Patriot territory as they readjust now with Justin Roberts. And on the option, keeping this time and trying to turn the corner is Pettit. Great penetration in there. You see 2 guys going after the quarterback, and the last guy up from that pile, big number 43, helping to make the hit on the play for the Patriots. And that's Freddie Node coming up from the secondary.
Yeah, the intent here was for the quarterback to reverse pivot here and be able to come out and run the option play. But again, great penetration right up the middle. Good pressure and strong safety. Bryce Bird, number 17, able to come in there and disrupt things in the backfield on an option play. Strong safety stepping up. That's when I talk about so many guys in the box. Look at how many people are crowded in there just in that 5-yard window.
Loss of 1 on the play, back to third down and 10 now from midfield is where they will start this third down play, and they'll hand it off and get it inside the 47 near the 46. Once again with Johnny Weir on the carry, and now you got a 4th down scenario, 4th down and 6 there across midfield. If you're wondering on the season, Davidson 15 of 21 on fourth down conversions, but they're going to send the punt team out instead.
You see the lead blocking, and once again, Leo Nixon, Johnny Weir, if they're not carrying the football, Randy, the other guy is blocking. I mean, that's just the way they work back there.
So Ignatz standing back at his own 40-yard line. It's a good snap. He tries to kick it away from the deep man at Johnson and hits at the 16. Inside the 10, inside the 5. Can they stop it before it hits the goal line? I think it crossed the goal line. We'll have a touchback just barely. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. We'll do that with 5:25 left to go in the quarter. And now a quick word from our friends at Zambezi Bay.
This fall, fear has a new name. Zambezi Bay. Get tickets if you dare.
Well, Breck gets a handoff on a first down play, but there's also a penalty flag back at the 18-yard line, so we'll sort this out with Rob Bachman and company down on the sidelines. He will open his mic, come our way, and say the following. And it's going against the Patriots.
Holding on the offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Liberty, a team that averages 145 on the ground and 108.8 in the air. You can see Bachman, Wilson, Motter, Gherkin, and Barber. Sounds like a group, doesn't it?
It does.
Need Turner and overdrive, though, right? Mark it back to just past the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20 from there. Quick pop on the out pattern. It's complete across the 15, across the 20-yard line to the far side of the field. So they'll get the penalty back and perhaps a little bit more as they find Alex Oakley, who's the leading receiver against Glenville. He had a 22-yard touchdown catch in the fourth quarter, and he caught that, by the way, from Ryan Grohe. And against Berlin also has a 7-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns on the campaign for Alex Oakley out there. And if you look at Ryan Grohe, he's had a couple of opportunities this year, 25 out of 50, 1 touchdown, 3 picks.
Apparently Oakley stepped out inside the 20 at the 17, so on this handoff, Breck's going to get across the 20, up across the 23-yard line on the play. And, you know, this is a team in Olentangy Liberty that's not shy when it comes to running the ball either, but they're a team that likes to play at a faster pace than Hilliard Davidson does. Take a look one more time from ground level.
A big running back, Breck, 6'1", comes out there and does a pretty good job of keeping his pads low. That's one of the things you worry about, Randy, when you're that size at 6'1", is making sure you get your pad level down so that you can take on those defenders, and Breck doing a good job that time into the secondary.
They need a half dozen here on third down from the 24-yard line. 2 wide to the top, 2 wide to the bottom. And Grohe seeing pressure right up the middle, guns it, pass incomplete, had the receiver at the 31-yard line, and through the hands of number 41 on the play for the Patriots, and that is Evan Nelson, the slot back.
Looked like he had an open receiver, maybe got the ball a little bit too high. Let's watch here the tail end of the play. Good set, squared up, good delivery, and Randy, that's a catchable ball. We got to make sure we catch that football, look it all the way in. Evan Nelson, normally a very sure receiver. Very fortunate that didn't get tipped and picked off.
Ingram with another punt that's not going to go that far and sail out of bounds, so it'll be excellent field position for the Wildcats. When we come back with 4:14 left to go in the first quarter of week number 9, we are scoreless here in Honda's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College on the CW Columbus. Well, after a 14-yard punt, the Wildcats in excellent field position. They're going to mark the ball at the 38-yard line of Liberty as we played just about 8 minutes of the first quarter. Randy Reinhardt alongside Jeff Logan. Jake Stewart up top. Down on the sidelines, Mile Harris. Dean Marini pushing the buttons. Glad to have you aboard for week number 9. Where has the season gone as we have another home appliance solution first down for the Wildcats, and they've been spending a lot of time across that 50-yard line early in this contest. Let's see what they do here with Blake Pettit, your 5'10", 195-pound quarterback. On the option, the toss gets it to Weir around the corner inside the 35-yard line. We're going to say he stepped out closer to the 36, I think. So be a short gain on the play to the short side of the field.
And Randy, you mentioned the short side of the field. Not much room to run the option here, but the math is pretty good in terms of the number of defenders on the short side of the field. Good execution that time by quarterback Blake Pettit.
Got a little precipitation before this contest. Might see a little slip or so, but this turf here is excellent at Hilliard Davidson. Short gain on the play, pick up a couple. They need 8 more on second down. Kozakowski in motion, and he readjusts to the top of the set. And it is Weir again. Burst through the contact. Again, everybody went low on that play, so he goes over the top and gets it inside the 32 to the 31.
See how quickly he hit that seam there, Randy. There's not much room there for the running back to be able to get through. Good execution, good block up front. And again, leading the block there, Leo Nixon, another 1,000-yard rusher on this football team. If your number's not called, you got to go up there and be a blocker, and that's exactly what happened there.
Mikey Clark on an island, way wide to the top of the backs from an eye, and a power look with one man in motion again. That's Kozakowski, who goes up to the top of the set, and they're going to hand it off, and Weir's got the first down. Pokes his nose inside the 26 down to the 25-yard line before he's knocked down on the play. Time now to check out the Honda keys to the game. For Olentangy Liberty, Weir's Nixon is the first key, as in the 2 running backs. They got to keep an eye on the 2 guys for the Wildcats and make them chase. Of course, that would be Chase Breck. On the other side, for Hilliard Davidson, branch out on Oakley. Again, if Liberty decides to throw the ball up, look for Oakley as the guy they're going to go to. In 3,000, they came into this game, the Wildcats, 203 yards shy of 3,000 on the campaign. If they get to that mark of 3,000, they have a good chance of winning this contest. First and 10 now from the 25. It is Weir again, and he finds the gap. Bounces off 2 like a pinball inside the 20-yard line before he's knocked down on the play. Hit made for the Patriots by big number 3 coming up from the secondary. That's Nick Johnson.
You know, once again, nothing fancy, running over the right side of that line, and you can see how he's protecting the football and bouncing off a guy. Talk about pad low, pad level. Very good job doing what he needs to do. Johnny Weir, pretty special.
Nice gain on the play of about 6, second and 4 from just inside the 20 near the 19-yard line. Nixon and Weir, the combination again from the eye. This time to the first man through, and that is Nixon bursting through down to the 15-yard line. Again, the mesh point, the timing so critical when you got that up back, and the way they play this offense, Jeff. If you're a half second late, it could be disastrous.
Well, when there's such a limited playbook in terms of not throwing the football, you've got plenty of time to practice on it, and you can see that he's in the secondary very quickly. But how about the execution of the tackle there coming up at the tail end of the play?
Gabe Pence coming up to make the hit on the play from the secondary. First down and 10 just inside the 15-yard line for the Wildcats' first series drive in this contest. And it is Weir again with a side step and gets inside the 12 to around the 11-yard line before he hits a wall of Patriots right there. Among them hitting the big guy on the play was 17, Bryce Bird. Again, a number of guys having to make the hits, though, coming up from the secondary for Liberty.
Again, the secondary is not lined up in secondary level. They're coming up as basically linebackers. It's a 8 to 9 man mess up there that you've got to try and block, but Hilliard Davidson certainly used to seeing this kind of defense because there is no surprise to what they're going to do. They just come out and try and hit you right in the face.
Clark again way wide to the top.
Got an unbalanced line to the right.
This time, let's see if they go to that side.
Now they shift.
A long count by Pettit. And he will keep and take it inside the 5 and motor in for the touchdown. Blake Pettit takes it in for a score, and for him, that is his 4th touchdown of the campaign, and it's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF, and it's 6-0 Wildcats.
Some might think that's a read option where the quarterback has the option of being able to hand the ball to him. No way. This is a quarterback run all the way. You can see the lead blocker in there was Johnny Weir. they hit that fullback dive over and over and over again, and then the quarterback pulls it, takes it right into the end zone.
Aiden Ignat for the extra point. He is 27 of 29 so far in the campaign. Had the little muddle huddle there again for you, too.
Very well practiced.
Yeah. Snap, kick, it is up, and with 1:02 left to go in the quarter, it is now 7-0 the Wildcats. And again, they punch you until they get the opening, or they just wear you down. And this time they'll take it in with just over 60 seconds left in the quarter.
Randy, I talked about field position. Their first drive started at their own 40. This drive started about the 40-yard line of the Patriots. And when you get that kind of a short field and you're a running football team, you've got the ability to make something happen. I found it interesting that Coach Jeremy Scally was talking about the fact that they really do track time of possession, that they believe that time of possession thing is important, but they also realize that they have big plays. You know how important time of possession is to the Ohio State Buckeyes?
How important, Jeff?
They're the number one team in the country in terms of average yards per game, 563 yards per game. They're ranked 120th of 131 teams in time of possession.
So
that is what you call big plays.
That's right, big plays left and right, except against Oregon, right? I'm sorry, I had to throw that in there, right?
Boy, you're taking shots in.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's because it's almost Indiana week, and I know where you.
I have to get in the mode already, because if we're going to lose in prime time, I got to get my shots in now. 7-play, 38-yard drive, and that took 3:12 off the clock. And Pettit takes it the last 11 for his 4th touchdown on the ground on the season, and the extra point by Ignat to make it 7-0 now. And Aiden with the honors again. Can he make it 2 straight into the end zone? Yes, he can. So we'll bring it out to the 20. Still 1:02 left to go in the quarter. And for Liberty, they'll get the ball back. All right, offensively on Liberty, we've seen them try to throw the ball, but obviously they're going to be living and dying by the run. And Chase Brecht has shown them some moves, but you sense you need some kind of alternate to Chase Brecht on their offense.
Yeah, and I think Ryan Grohe has been okay in there in that quarterback spot. His receivers have got to help him a little bit. They're doing a pretty good job at getting open, but there's been a drop, and Ryan Grohe is going to have to become part of this offense with his receivers if they're going to be able to compete.
So 1st and 10 for the Patriots, once again from the 20-yard line, down 7-0 early in this contest. They come in with a mark of 4-4 and 1-2 in the OCC Central. With 3 wide to the bottom, 1 to the top. Grohe, 3-step drop, looks far side of the field. The pass is complete out across the 25 to around the 28-yard line as he finds Alex Oakley. To the sidelines we go, and once again, here's Miles Harris.
Now, we talked earlier in but we talked about the energy and the positivity and the pride when it comes to these Wildcats. Well, early on in the contest, you can feel that as well, whether they're running on offense for 2 yards or whether it's for 15. The claps, the camaraderie, all the loudness, it's all the same level there, a lot of positivity. And the coaches there, they're pretty satisfied as well. They like what they're seeing on both sides of the ball, but they want to keep going, keep hammering at the wood there, as I like to call it. Brandy.
On a 2nd down and 3. Brecht takes some punishment there, but gets the 1st down. A solid hit the end of play by Caden Wilson, who comes knifing through there to really hit him hard. The inside linebacker, and you look at the youth of their linebackers, Wilson is a sophomore. The other 3 guys are all juniors.
Oh, again, good job of picking the hole up there and stretching for that extra yard. Had to get across the 30-yard line for that 1st down.
And they keep it. To the outside they go with Oakley, and Oakley's got it up across the 37 to the 38-yard line. I really think, you touched on it, Oakley is going to have to be a factor when they come with the pass game. And again, a short, low pass, but a quick hitter. And Alex Oakley to the outside, the junior, who's done a great job so far, now has catch 30 on the campaign.
Did a nice job of making people miss out there on the perimeter. But again, a great pickup on 1st down. This really helps this offense.
2nd and short, near the end of the quarter. Brecht's got it. And gets the gap and has midfield and the 45 and down the sidelines. The acceleration inside the 20, the stiff arm, and brought down around the 5-yard line. Saving a tackle on the play was David Stump, the outside linebacker, but a huge gain on that diagonal run that time by Chase Brecht.
Well, you look at the size of Chase Brecht, you wouldn't think that he's got that great a speed, but he is running away from the secondary here. Eventually, as you mentioned, Randy, David Stump able to come in a touchdown-saving tackle. Again, these plays are being made possible by the fact that they're able to do it on 1st down, get the big gain.
67 yards on the game. We'll take a break. Quarter number 2 around the corner here on the CW Columbus. Hear me okay?
I'm going to have you. We got no light up here. Hey, Jeff.
You're on your own.
No, can you put it that way a little bit? There.
What way?
Just tilt that back a little bit. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, it was blocking the light.
One of the things I want to add is how many kids are participating in sports at Liberty High School. We're celebrating 4 league championships.
We'll try to get, I don't know if we can get them all
just
in
take
here.
it where it needs to go.
Yeah.
Am I looking at the camera or am I going to look at you?
I'll go with both.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athlete of the Week. Ben Hefner has been a starter in football for 2 years at Olentangy Liberty High School. He's also a regional qualifier in shot put. Ben is taking multiple honors courses and carries a 3.9 GPA. He's a volunteer at the Franklin County Food Pantry. Ben also volunteers at youth sports camp and is a church camp instructor. Congratulations to this outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athlete.
Start of the second quarter at Hilliard Davidson High School, 7-0. They lead Olentangy Liberty. Randy Reinhardt, Jeff Logan, Miles Harris, glad to have you aboard. And a chance to score now for the Patriots after that massive run by Breck to take it inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. First and goal from the 6-yard line with a chance to tie. They go with one back in the backfield. That's Breck behind the quarterback, Grohe. 2 wide to the bottom of the formation. And Chase has got it. The spin move will get him inside the 5-yard line, and that's about it. Hit made on the play by Brady Schwederman, the outside linebacker. With 11:50 and ticking here, it'll be second down and goal, Jeff, and a good stand by the defense of the Wildcats on that first down play.
Yeah, Randy, not a classic place to be able to be with your back up against the wall like this, but again, that is great team tackling.
They'll spread the 3 wideouts out even further now with 1 wide at the top as well, too, as Coach Hale looks on from the sidelines. And the offense now peers that way, too, to get the information. Steve Hale, the head coach, also the offensive coordinator. They love that spread offense, not necessarily to throw the ball at times, but just to spread out the defense and look for the green grass, as he likes to say. And the snap, it goes directly back to Breck, and he takes it inside the 5. Did you see who the lead blocking back was on that play, Jeff?
Pretty classic there. Randy Breck doing a really good job at getting himself up inside. Watch the lead block Randy's talking about. Got a 52 number back there leading the charge.
That is Sam DeBoard.
Yep, make people miss. That's what you have to do a lot of times with that defense stacked in there.
Third down and goal at the 1-yard line. And again, pretty much the same look with Breck back there. The up man. Again, DeBoard, and you've got 1 wide out to the top, 2 to the bottom as well, too. Now make it 3 as they stretch it out with Oakley way wide on an island to the bottom. And Breck going to call his own number again. Go over the line. Does he break the plane? Tries to extend the football. They're going to say he is short. It is going to be 4th down and goal. Jeff, a lot of bodies to step over near the 1-yard line.
Yeah, Randy, a bad decision, I think, by the quarterback. It looked probably like it was feasible to be able to jump, but he went from about the 3-yard line here. Watch when he starts to elevate himself right there. That's too far to go, quite frankly, to try and go over top. And a good job of high-pointing the running back, the quarterback, trying to get the ball into the end zone, and they'll go for it on 4th and about the length of the football for the touchdown.
Well, the problem is he was trying to clear Ben Hefner, who was down, sprawled out on the ground, and that's a lot of turf there that he covers. So it'll be 4th and goal inside the 1, 2 minutes into the second quarter. This time, the keeper and a mistake in the backfield, and Grohe is stopped at the 5-yard line. He was looking for a handoff to Breck, and something was wrong there in the backfield, and the Wildcats will take over.
We mentioned the quarterback, starting quarterback, J.J. Siebert, unable to play tonight. You can see the quarterback turns left, running back goes right. I have no idea who was right and who was wrong there, but this is not perfect, and you can see that Grohe is in trouble from the get-go. They will turn the ball over on downs.
And again, from the end zone, this view, and take a look. And coming through, knifing low, is Johnny Weir to grab the ankle and rip him down right there. So it'll be 1st and 95 for the Wildcats, but they dodge the bullet. They get it back and still up by 7. Some 2:18 here into the second quarter. with Pettit under center. And he will wedge the football out to around the 7-yard line. We are joined now by a special guest up top, and he is the outstanding principal at Olentangy Liberty High School. He was smiling. I'm not sure if he is now after the last possession. The one and only Michael Starner. And Mike, thanks for joining us here.
Thanks for having us, Randy, and thanks for this opportunity for our student athletes tonight.
You've got some great programs. A lot of student athletes involved in things in the land of the Patriots right now, right?
Certainly. We're very proud of all of our students on and off the field. We have 1,328 kids out of our 1,951 playing sports at Liberty High School. We're celebrating 4 OCC championships with our boys and girls golf teams, our girls volleyball team, girls soccer teams. Just super proud of our kids, and we continue to strive to have Liberty High School be a place that offers something or someone for everyone, and opportunities in the arts, athletics, and in the classroom for kids.
Johnny Weir with the second effort to get the first down for the Wildcats. I know you also have a mantra at Liberty. Would you like to share what your slogan is?
Well, that's just it. Something or someone for everyone. We want to have trusted adults in place for our students. We want to make sure that everybody's connected with something to do at Liberty, and we have a very talented teaching staff, and they go above and beyond to make sure every kid is involved.
On the first down play, the handoff, a big gap that time. Nixon takes it out to the 23-yard line. I know you're proud of the staff and the community and also your senior class, and you have so many National Merit Scholars too, do you not?
We do. We're celebrating we took the PSAT today for next year. Wednesday for next year already, and we have 19 students, 10 commended scholars, and 9 semifinalists hoping to become finalists throughout that program. So many people do so well in our hallways in our school. You know, as we look at education today, we're educating kids under more than one roof, and personalization and choice is key, and we're just proud of all the efforts and all the choices students have today.
Second down and a long 2 for the Wildcats, and up and over. Do they get the first down? The second effort may be enough for Weir and company. Well, Mike, thanks for everything you've done. I don't want to say I've known this guy for a long time, but when he was a stalwart basketball player at Reynoldsburg some 8,000 years ago, I covered him back then. How many years ago was that?
Well, it's been a few.
Okay.
We won a few games in '88. It was fun.
There you go. Mike, thanks for everything.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks for, again, everything you guys are doing for kids here in Columbus, Ohio.
All right. The number 1 Patriot joining us here in the second quarter, Michael Starner. And now for Hilliard Davidson, they're now looking at a first down in this contest with 7:21 left to go. I'm trying to put together a 95-yard drive here on this Home Appliance Solutions first down. Second man through gets the handoff. Pounding. That was a ramrod move that time by Weir. He hit the pile once, nothing there. He hit the pile a second time. Then for the third time, he kind of gave up, and the contact was enough to knock him down. But, man, that is a kid that's using his head as a battering ram going into this pile here.
See how close, Randy, they come on these plays to be able to just break it loose. And then there's others like this where it's just a crowded phone booth, and it's important to make sure you take care of the football. I really like the way these kids are coached at Davidson to put both hands on the ball as they're going through that point of attack.
2 wideouts to the bottom. If you're a wideout to Davidson, it's like Oklahoma in the 70s. You better know how to block, right? Off the left side, they take it. Nixon's got it. Nixon to the 40. Leo midfield. Leo down the sidelines. Doesn't have the angle. Number 1 does, and he'll knock him down to make the hit on the plate to prevent the touchdown. And that is Colin Mulder who makes the hit to prevent the score, but a huge gainer for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we're talking about the fact that they just keep banging at the door, and eventually they're going to find that seam. You can see the jump cut here by Leo Nixon. He's able to pop this ball outside, and it's a race to the end zone. And that is the big plays that they're talking about.
Gain of 53 on the play all the way down to the 19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats from there, up by 7 and looking for more. Halfway through stanza number 2. Hats off to Kozakowski and Napke and Carey and Abel and Coles and Long up front. 1st and 10 from the 19. And again, they'll keep it on the ground. Little gap off the left side as Nixon takes it down that far hash for another nice gain. And yeah, it's just a 1-2 punch. Sometimes you can look at a running back and tell the differentiation between 1 and 2, but you look at Nixon and Weir, and they now have the same capabilities. They've matured to the point where they can both run it inside and outside, so pick your poison.
It's amazing how quickly they can hit that hole right up the middle. It's something that they really work hard on, is that mesh point, Randy, that you talked about. I want to watch real closely. Linebacker Eric Thompson, the number 1 tackler. Looks like he's struggling a little bit out there with a shoulder.
Second down and 6, and they'll readjust the tight end to the top. And Roberts now. Strength to the left side of that formation. Now they Uber it. And Weir will go that way, then cut back and push the pile inside the 12-yard line and says, I'm not down yet. So as he tries to escape the pile, Pence tries to grab him one more time as well, too.
Boy, coming right in to make the play was the aforementioned Eric Thompson, number 47, the 6-foot, 190-pound senior. Watch 47, right side of your screen, fill the hole, boom. That is a terrific job, fundamentally sound in the way that he created the tackle there. Really good job by the senior linebacker.
Young man who likes music and movies and part of AP Government and the National Honor Society. We're now 13 carries, 48 yards. Nixon 6 for 77. Third down, they need a couple to move the sticks again. Johnny Weir this time. Inside the 10, inside the 9 to the 8. First and goal Wildcats. 4:46 left to go here in the first half. Stay tuned for the Capital City Concrete halftime show. We're putting the Ohio Education Association spotlight on a familiar face, taking on a new challenge at a Hilliard Davidson High School. Get a beautiful new concrete driveway by calling Capital City Concrete, 614-371-9886, or visiting capcityconcrete.com. And the drive continues. It started at their own 5-yard line. Under 4.5 left in the half. That is Nixon. Wow. I don't want that contact at the 5-yard line. Speaking of fives, number 5 is the one who took it. That was Shane Flanagan, the linebacker.
The fill right up the middle. Really good job. Charlie Cole, the third, checking out. Coming in with a little bit different defense. Watch again. Quick handoff right up the middle, taking care of the football. You can see the pressure right up the inside. Shane Flanagan, number 5, the senior linebacker, making the play.
Second and goal from the 5 with 3:44 left to go. Wildcats at 6-2 and 2-1 in the OCC Central, 8th in Division I Region 3. The face of the leader, Pettit. And Weir pushing, trying to break the plane. They're going to say he is stopped shy of the goal line. But what a victory this will be for Davidson to hold Jeff defensively inside the 5-yard line and then to take it and ram it down the throat of the Patriots some 95 yards later.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a classic Hilliard Davidson drive, starting at their own 5-yard line. They're creating a circumstance where they've got a chance to be able to put a point or put points on the board. And Randy, just think how close Liberty was to putting it in the end zone there before they turned it over on downs at the 1-foot line.
I got to ask you this: would Woody love this style of football?
Oh, Woody would love it, but he'd have 3 running backs back there, not just 2.
And you'd be one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. It always worked better with Pete Johnson in the middle.
Third down and goal inside the 1 for Davidson, taking their time on this play call. Let's see if they burn a timeout. They will take it with 2:39 left to go, and we'll see what Coach Scally and company have up their sleeves. Up by 7 and looking for more here on the CW Columbus. Coming up, the Music Go Round Coaches Corner. Hear from both coaches for thoughts on the first half. Music Go Round can help with all your instrument needs at 2630 Bethel Road and Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. Timeout taken. Interesting time to take it when you're just a yard away. 2:39 left to go. Let's see what the Wildcats do. Any idea why he burned that timeout?
No, I just think that they wanted to have a conversation here on this 4th down play, Randy, this 3rd down play, to make sure that everybody is on the same page.
Power backfield, triple stack that eye this time, and
Well,
I thought Pettit may have lost the ball and had a fall on it.
Yeah, it looked like the handle came loose there, and Pettit very fortunate to be able to come up with the ball. Both teams now struggling in that tight little compartment of the red zone. Timeout on the field. You can see the ball was missed between the quarterback and the center, and Pettit, all he could do was fall on the ball. Watch again, that pressure up front. Never got the ball back to his quarterback.
And now the timeout taken by the squad from Olentangy Liberty. Well, live stream sponsored by Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center. Tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 News app, the CWColumbus.com, and is always available on your television right here on the CW Columbus. Welcome to those watching around the world right now as we have week number 9 of the high school football season in Ohio.
Now, I know it's not in the DNA of this football team normally to run the ball wide in these circumstances, but there is so much congestion right there in the middle. Not that this Hilliard Davidson football team is not used to seeing that congestion, but a little play action with a quick pitch out to the outside, Randy, kind of warms my heart.
As long as it isn't a forward pass, all right?
Exactly.
And, you know, that time Liberty took the timeout, I think, really to inspire that defense. Ed Miley wanted to let them know, hey, it's 4th down here. Let's see you make a stand like they did.
Yeah, they'd like to return the favor.
4th down and goal just past the 2-yard line with 2:32 left to go in the half. Again, they'll triple stack it. And the last second toss to Nixon, and he gets in. Oh, my goodness. Pettit was almost wrapped up on the play. Got rid of the ball to Nixon. Takes it in for another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. I'm not sure he knows how that happened.
This may be a passing touchdown. Watch this. That ball thrown, is it forward or is it level?
I don't know. That looked like a backward pass almost. We'll see.
My goodness.
We'll get this
You're going to
angle.
get a great shot here from about the 7-yard line. That's very close to being a forward pass. I would say so.
All right. A 4th down forward pass.
And a touchdown pass for Hilliard Davidson.
So they're 2-2.
Reset the world.
In the last 6 quarters on passes. And make it 13-0. Ignat now with the extra point.
Not that it was intended, Randy, to be a forward pass. How about the pressure coming right up the middle by the Patriots defense? And the awareness of Blake Pettit to be able to have the ability to get rid of that football on time and on target.
I have a hard time scoring that as a forward pass.
I understand you do.
More to come in 30 seconds, but first this message from First Scores on Fox 28.
First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum, tonight at 10:45.
However you score it, Nixon takes it in for the touchdown. The extra point makes it 14-0 now. And if that's a catch for Leo Nixon, it's 2 catches now and 1 for a touchdown. And talk about a monumental drive, Jeff. 7:18 off the clock, 13 plays, 95 yards to make it 14-0.
Boy, and it certainly looked like Liberty had repaid the favor of themselves getting stopped at the 1-foot line. How about the penetration up inside by that defense? Can't argue with what they got completed there.
Even on 4th down, but still the Wildcats made something out of nothing. That's a signature of a team that can go places in the postseason. The return's going to take it up to the 24-yard line as Johnson on the return, so it'll be 1st and 10. All right, 2:21 left to go. You still have 2 timeouts right now if you're Liberty, but you got to traverse some 70-plus yards. What are your thoughts right now about the Patriots on offense?
Well, they've proven they can move the football against this defense, Randy. They have had some plays. They've been able to throw the football on this defense. Seems like their quarterback has had plenty of time when they've wanted to throw. Ryan Grohe, again, who is getting the start tonight in place of J.J. Siebert, who was injured.
From the 24, Grohe throws. He's got Oakley across the 35. Let's see where he stepped out of bounds. They're going to knock him out right at the 36. So he'll have the first down with 2:15 left to go in the half.
They love that on first down. Good receiver. Big guy out there, 6'1". Easy target to be able to throw to. Number 1 receiver on this football team. And mentioned that Siebert, number 11, right there in the middle. You can see him, but look at the brace. It's hard to see when we got his stats right there, but he's got this big, heavy brace on that leg. But look at the number, 64 out of 95 coming into tonight's game. He was QB1 for this football team.
First down, a quick pop to the far side, and it's dropped on the play right at the 38-yard line. Intended on the play for Alex Stackhouse, who lost the handle there with 2:11 left to go.
Yeah, well, Randy, they really had a good play set up. They had two blockers out on the perimeter ready for that quick bubble screen out in the flat. And again, that is a second drop pass for the Patriots tonight.
So Grohe will peer to the sideline. Steve Hale, the head coach, also the offensive coordinator. I asked him what kind of offense he's had this season. He said it's been more of a grinded out style of offense here in 2021 on the second down play. This is a play that's worked a couple times with Oakley, so they go back to the well again and get a nice gain on the play.
Well, they're playing really, really soft on Oakley. They're lined up at 10, 12 yards deep there. The weak safety on that side, Jackson Missoula, who nearly had a pick early in the football game, has been really loose in coverage, giving him at least 10 yards.
Halfway home, they need 5 more. Oakley's a guy, ironically, that started his career, Jeff, as a quarterback, but then switched to wide receiver.
Don't be surprised they don't go back to this bubble screen out to the top of the formation here.
Nelson is the widest to the top on that side. Stackhouse there as well, too. On a third down. Grohe rolling, looking, throwing, has his man, and the pass is complete. It goes to Brecht out of the backfield, and Brecht's up to around the 48, 49-yard line. That will move the sticks with 2:01 left to go in the half.
If you watch this again, you'll see Grohe is just locked in on one receiver to the left. Watch his head. He is just locked in on this receiver here. You got to be able to look away from the receiver that you want to go to first to kind of hold those safeties. That time he got the snap looking dead into the eyes of his intended receiver, and unfortunately the defense knew about it too.
On a first down play, the quick pop to the far side. It's Stackhouse who's got it this time. Jeff, it's the play you saw earlier, and this time it does develop with the catch and takes it inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Clock will tick. They didn't get the first down. They're sitting on 2 timeouts right now. Ryan's got a wristband, checks the plays. Second down, they need a couple. All day for Grohe to throw. Underneath has his man, that's Brecht. Gets the first down and scoots out of bounds, so they will move the chains and save 90 seconds on the clock as well.
Randy, I've mentioned before the protection of this offensive line for the Liberty Patriots is really doing a nice job for the number 2 quarterback. Look at the protection there. Plenty of time to be able to find a receiver, and can't blame the secondary for that. That is just too long to be able to cover people. Somebody's going to come open eventually.
Carter Smith, the big left tackle, is like a man playing against kids. I mean, he is so effective, so strong on the bottom of that formation right there. There's the quick toss downfield. Has his man. It's Oakley again. They like that pass play to the near side, and he's moving it downfield. So the passing game, the game where they normally get 108 yards out of per contest, is going pretty efficiently here in the second quarter.
Yeah, linebacker Brady Schwieterman was the guy that was underneath here in the coverage, number 35. You can see him coming in to make the play. Really interesting, Schwieterman at that outside linebacker position, Randy. 3 interceptions so far this year out of that linebacker spot. That is crazy.
First down and 10 from the 24. Pressure on. Can he get rid of it? He cannot. Sack back on the 40-yard line.
There's your boy.
Great pursuit on the play by Mr. Schwieterman.
Talked about him being a big play guy. Schwieterman, the 6', 180-pound senior. Really 2 good plays back to back. This one he's on just the go, and his responsibility is to turn that quarterback inside, get the sack if you can, and that is a huge play for this Davidson defense.
And a timeout is taken by the Patriots. That'll be their second timeout. Schwieterman is the guy that, we saw this team last year. He was not in the mix when we saw him in week number 1, but near the end of his sophomore campaign, worked more and more in there and became a starter by the time we got to the end of the regular season, which was week 6 last year. And now starting with a vengeance here on the outside. A combination of Schwieterman, Conley, Wilson, and Stump. And again, Jeff, I mentioned 3 juniors and a sophomore. So you look at that defense, especially from a linebacker and a secondary standpoint, the Wildcats are loaded for next season.
Yeah, the future's bright for these guys. And I was talking to Jeremy Scally before the football game. And, one of the things that his football team went through, and everybody else did during this COVID year, is that everybody's weight room was basically shut down. And so you not only didn't have that strength conditioning that was going on, but you didn't have that camaraderie and that team building that you get in that kind of an environment. And he feels like that was just like a year that just kind of disappeared for his football team, and now they're all coming together.
You're going to mark it at the 34, so they need 20 yards, and the pass is thrown a little too rapidly, and Stackhouse is not there either. So with 1:10 left to go, it's a tough situation now for Liberty, facing this 70 seconds left to go, down 14-0. And they're 20 yards away from moving the sticks one more time. And, you know, Ingram is a guy that's got a leg. He has a 42-yarder against Kaufman, but right now you're looking at a field goal attempt that would be over 50 yards. I think something on the board would mean a lot to the Patriots, but they need to gain another 10 or 15 yards just for that opportunity on the 3rd down and 20. Pressure on. Buying a lot of time. Waiting the last minute and throwing long down near the goal line. Jump ball, and it falls incomplete. Take your pick. There are about 5 bodies there.
We're going to have an ineligible downfield, I believe. And that happens a lot of time when there's that much scrambling going on. One of the offensive linemen thinking the quarterback's going to take off and run. Released from his blocking assignment. There it is. So hard for these offensive linemen to remain back there in anticipation of what the quarterback is thinking. Hail Mary pass, Randy. Look, it wasn't picked off.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense, number 65. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
By the way, are you familiar with the fact that Jeremy Scally was a member of the 1999 state championship football team in high school at Perkins High School?
Sandusky Perkins.
Yeah, I talked to Bob Gentry earlier today. Bob Gentry, a teammate of mine who's an administrator up there, said he was a heck of a defensive tackle.
Now the ball was at the 34. Are you surprised that they punted here? With 50 seconds or so left to go in the first half. I thought they might take one more shot at it.
Yeah, Davidson's going to be able to get the ball first coming back in the second half here. 51 seconds remaining here. And, you know, I think this is the kind of game, quite frankly, that if you're Steve Hale, you got to look at that scoreboard and say it should be 7-7. All right, we had the ball at the 1 foot line and didn't get it into the end zone, and then turn around. Liberty is not able to stop the Davidson football team going 95 yards the other way.
They're going to mark the ball at the 14-yard line with 51 seconds left to go. You would say they're going to run out the clock in the first half, but a running play for the Wildcats can be dynamite at any time. And we'll see what happens here on this 1st and 10 from the 14. Victory formation, perhaps. They'll take the knee. With 50 ticks left to go in a half, they may have to do it one more time. So they'll go ahead and march it back 1 yard to the 13 and do it again.
Yeah, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half, Randy, I think that this is certainly a good decision by the football team. And
well, if I'm Weir or Nixon, I don't want to touch it and lose yardage here in the waning moments of the first half. Let the quarterback, let Pettit do it, and he'll do it again. And that will end the first half. So quite a performance by the Wildcats. A couple scores in the big tally, unless, let's see, Liberty would opt to burn a timeout now, which nothing would surprise me. They're going to keep them on the field for right now. But again, they don't have to run another play unless the Patriots would take a timeout. They're not going to. Under 10 seconds left to go. But that 95-yard drive, how they got it to work for them, and also the timing of it after stopping the Patriots inside the 1 yard line, so monumental to this first half. And now what was, as you said, could be a 7-7 game is now 14-0 in favor of the Wildcats.
And that's kind of been the story this year for Steve Hale and his football team, not able to kind of just get over the hump and be able to make the big plays at the right time to be able to have that winning record that you're hoping for. 4-4 record for this football team. That is very un-Liberty-like. But again, with the expanded playoffs, they're going to continue to have an opportunity to be able to play this game after Week 10.
Let's go down to the sidelines. Our Miles Harris standing by with the head coach of Davidson.
Thank you, Randy. Coach Scally here. Really good first half here, but one question here. How does it feel and how key was it for your team to get that stop within the 5 and then go 95 yards down the field and turn it into points?
Yeah, it sounds kind of corny, but even at practice, we'll spot the ball and say we're always going in. That's our mentality. We're always going in. Could be from the +1 or the -1. Just credit to our offensive staff and our offensive players.
Pretty successful on the ground thus far. How do you keep that up in the second half?
I'll go in and just tell them, not done yet, and I'd like to see them play even harder in the second half. I think that'll kind of tell me a little bit more about our guts than maybe we've seen so far.
Coach, thank you very much. Good luck to you in the second half. Randy?
Our Capital City Concrete halftime show just around the corner. It is Davidson on top of Liberty 14-0. This is week number 9 of Honda's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, right here on the CW Columbus.
And 2. 1 and 2. All right.
Hey. Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3. Let me switch it back to the stick. Okay. Turn that off. Mic check. Mic check. Okay. Mic check. Yeah, you're good.
There we go.
Welcome back to the Capital City Concrete halftime show, where the score is 14-0 with Hilliard Davidson in the lead over Olentangy Liberty. Now again, this is the Capital City Concrete halftime show, and I'm Miles Harris. Now the CW Columbus and the Ohio Education Association are honored to recognize and highlight outstanding teachers and educators throughout the Friday Night Rivals season. Now tonight we take a look inside Hilliard Davidson High School and show you how the history of Hilliard City Schools is helping their new principal leave her mark on her students.
A familiar face taking on a new challenge at Hilliard Davidson High School.
I'm Miss Brickley, the principal at Hilliard Davidson High School.
An experienced leader and very familiar with Hilliard City Schools, Joyce Brickley returned home to Hilliard Davidson after previously serving as principal at Hilliard Darby High School.
I was at Hilliard Davidson back in the 2000s as an assistant principal.
Joyce's mission? To combine passion with a purpose to help students succeed.
The thing I love the most about my job is the people, the relationships, seeing people interact, seeing them live out their passions, learn things, explore things that are new to them, think critically, and grow together as one solid community. I think that is what brings me joy every day. That's what makes me keep coming back to the job. That's what makes sometimes the frustration and the low points, you know that the next day is always going to bring another circumstance, another opportunity for someone to shine. And whether that be, one of your teachers, a student, an athlete, a musician, someone, it gives it another day. It's just another opportunity for someone to excel.
Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat, making tonight's primetime Friday Night Rivals matchup on the CW Columbus even more special.
Just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to the CW for the opportunity and for the exposure, and go Cats.
And don't go anywhere, because when we come back, you'll hear more from Principal Brickley as she goes one-on-one with Randy Reinhardt. This is the Capital City Concrete Halftime Show. We'll be right back. You said scores? Sorry, am I tossing to that after the scores? Or am I just, I'm talking. Okay. Welcome back to the Capital City Concrete Halftime Show. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some scores from games happening around Central Ohio, followed by our own Randy Reinhardt, who goes one-on-one with a special guest.
And welcome back to the Capital City Concrete Halftime Show. We are joined here at the break by the commissioner of the OCC, the one and only, hold your applause, Ken Baker. And Ken, thank you for joining us here in Friday Night Rivals.
Thanks, Randy. I first of all, I want to say thank you very much for your coverage of our conference games. It's really, really important that the kids get a venue like this, and we really appreciate your support.
Well, as a man that steers 32 teams, you have been very busy. Let's talk about COVID. How has it changed from 2020 to 2021 with all you've had to handle?
It's an interesting question, and you know, last year we were just worried about getting games in, shortened season. You look at football, for example, we knew everyone was going to make the playoffs. They had the opportunity to be in if they wanted to be in, or opt out if they didn't, and play other schools. This year we tried to have some semblance of a schedule, and we've been very, very fortunate that we've been able to get probably, knock on wood, about 95% of our contests in. We had a few contests that were canceled early on in the season, but those schools have been able to come back and been able to field a team and get through it. And that, not just football, but the other fall sports that we sponsor as well.
Now, you have to deal with 32 schools, and I know you look at realignment, I think, every 4 years. What is the status of realignment? Where are you at right now?
Another good question. We constantly are taking a look at different factors as to how we do our divisions, everything from competitive balance to enrollment projections to geographics. We've also had inquiries from a couple of schools about the possibility of joining the OCC. So we do have an alignment and expansion committee that has principals in it, has athletic directors, and they take a look at those applications, and we're in process right now. The reality is, yes, it happens every 4 years, Randy, but about every 2 years is when we have to start taking a look at what we're going to be doing in the future. We're constantly looking at what's going to be best for our conference and for our member schools.
Final question. You are the Marlon Brando of the OCC. You are the godfather of some 32 schools. How can you keep all the kids happy?
Well, we don't, and we understand that. But one of our challenges is to try to create the programs where the kids can have opportunities like what you're seeing tonight, and that is a challenge. But what we try to do is we try to get the best coaches, we try to get the best administrators, and I like to believe that the OCC has the best of this area. We're very proud of what we're able to do.
It is the largest league in the state of Ohio, and they could not be in any finer hands than with this man, Ken Baker. Ken, thanks for your time.
Randy. Appreciate it.
Now don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're going to give you some stats as well as highlights from the first half with Randy and Jeff. This is the Capital City Concrete Halftime Show. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to the Capital City Concrete Halftime Show. At the break, it is Olentangy Liberty trailing Hilliard Davidson by a count of 14-0 inside the press box here at Hilliard Davidson High School. Glad to have you aboard, Randy Reinhardt, Jeff Logan. An entertaining and exciting first half. If you like the running game, this is the place to be.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it could be a 7-7 ball game, Randy, but you got to give Davidson a lot of credit. They not only made the stop down there at the goal line that could have tied the game, but they took it then and took it 95 yards for a score. Nice offense.
And we touched on the 1-2 punch. We saw that in the first half with Weir and Nixon, but I also saw a couple guys, too, that played very well in the first half for both teams in Pettit and also Brecht as well, too, for Olentangy Liberty.
Liberty's got a lot of offense. They have been able to go out. They've been able to run the ball effectively. The backup quarterback, Grohe, has been very effective in throwing the ball, especially on first down. He's been able to find his receiver, Oakley, open for 6 times for 53 yards. They've got a lot to build upon, I think, in the second half, but they got to start quick.
He completed 10 of 13, but they dropped 2 so easily. He could be 12 of 13 in the first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first 24 minutes of action in this contest. And early on, it was the Wildcats making the statement. Blake Pettit, the quarterback, taking it in from 11 yards out. Ignat would add the extra point to make it 7-0 early in this contest for the Wildcats.
And we talked about Brecht running the football, Randy, and on this snap, from center, a little bit high to the quarterback, but he's able to get it to Brecht. And look at the speed, the big guy, elusive down the sideline. And once again, Liberty gets down into the red zone, unable to put points on the board. This was the beginning of that drive at the end of the first quarter.
Takes it 56 yards, and then the defense. You're talking about that stand. What a play by Johnny Weir. And again, some confusion in the backfield as well, too.
Broken play. No question about it. Broken play. And then here's Mr. Nixon. Lighting it up, heading down the left sideline. And, man, they just come at you 1-2 punch. It's either Nixon or it's going to be the other back.
He takes it 53 yards. And then on this play, pressure's on. Oh, I'm going to just toss it the last second. And Nixon is the one this time. And Leo's going to take it in for the touchdown. And with the extra point, it's 14-0 in this contest. All right, the numbers, you look at 2 passing yards, you go, yeah, that's Davidson. But those were 2 important yards that led to a touchdown.
Well, and it's still debatable whether it was a pass or not, but we're going to go with that it was a completed pass for a touchdown. Everything else pretty good. Look at the penalties in this game, Randy. You talk about 2 well-coached football teams. Coach Hale, Coach Scally doing a terrific job, and no turnovers in this game. This is a classic Davidson-Liberty football game.
And remember, Davidson gets the ball to start the second half. Are you ready for quarter number 3?
Let's go ahead and go.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Week number 9, what a contest we have in the OCC is at the break. Davidson on top of Liberty, 14-0. Back with more of Honda's Friday Night Rivals presented by Columbus State Community College on the CW Columbus.
Understand. Prop. Yeah.
Joyce. Yeah, we can do that. How are you, ma'am?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Let's go ahead and cheat that up there a little bit. You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't get any questions from you, so I'm ad-libbing it here.
Oh, God.
I've got talk
I didn't
about
know I
your.
was supposed to submit questions.
Oh, I sent you an email. I'm going to talk about your school year, share some accomplishments at Davidson. We'll talk about last year you were at Darby and how helpful you were to getting the football season off the ground.
Oh,
okay. All right. We still have a 3-minute reset here. Okay. 0. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. We told it to stop raining before the game. We told it and it did, you know. Jeff has the Dark Sky app on his phone, and he said it's going to rain for 2 minutes. And after 1:50, it stopped.
I'm going to tell you, we're going to have light drizzle in 2 minutes, stopping 5 minutes later.
What color socks am I wearing? No.
Let's go play the lottery. Can I take you with me?
Yeah. All right. I'm going to do a band thing first. Olentangy Liberty that's been taped, and then from this.
Got it.
And Carol's got the umbrella up.
5 minutes.
Hey, Carol, it's going to last 5 minutes. Okay. A subtle miss now following here at Hilliard Davidson High School as we get ready for the start of the third quarter. 14-0 the tally. It's time now for a quick look at the Olentangy Liberty Marching Band braving the rain and performing earlier tonight at halftime. This peak sponsored by Music Go Round Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. Joyce Brickley is the principal. So she tells me at Hilliard Davidson High School. Can you prove that, madam?
I got the shirt on, I guess.
She's got the shirt on, and she's done a fabulous job leading things here. First of all, thank you for being great hosts, and I know this is an exciting time at Davidson High School, is it not?
It absolutely is. We've had a great fall this year. Our staff has been working really hard about helping get kids back into school, acclimated. Our students have been amazing. Super excited to be able to come back to events and support their peers. It's just been an awesome start to the school year.
And Joyce, I wanted to thank you too. Last year you were at another school, I think it was called Darby.
Hilliard Darby,
and
yeah.
She was instrumental in us starting the football season on time. She said, let's do Thursday night. We want a sense of normalcy in this community and all of Central Ohio. And thank you for all that you did last year there and this year here.
Well, thanks, and thank you for coming out and supporting our kids and recognizing us and giving us the exposure. Our guys have been working really hard, and hopefully we'll be playing for an OCC championship next week.
Who's going to win this game, do you think?
Go Wildcats.
All right, there you go. Joyce, thanks for your time.
Thanks, Randy.
Second half now, just about ready to start. And again, that mist still falling. Our staff meteorologist on site, or so he says he is, the one and only Jeff Logan, says this rain will stop in the next, 3 minutes and 45 seconds?
Nothing to be worried about. I am not a meteorologist in any of my full part-time or any time, but I do rely on the Dark Sky app.
So we can play through is what he's saying. Return's going to start from the 17-yard line or so they think, and they're going to have to cover it up on the plays. Johnny Weir lost the handle and is forced to just corral that ball right near the 20-yard line. Some 4 seconds into the second half. So some histrionics early here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, near disaster there, and Johnny Weir came up limping a little bit. He was hit pretty hard as they scrum started for that mishandled kickoff.
Jeff, I wanted to go over a couple things. First of all, we talked about Breck, 9 carries, 92 yards. Oakley had 6 receptions for 53 yards. We'll give you the stats in a little bit for the squad from Hilliard Davidson for their 1-2 punch at running back. On a 1st and 10 now, mark the ball right at the 20-yard line as the mist continues to come down. And this time Pettit will keep it himself and get a nice gainer out to around the 23, 24-yard line with a little precipitation. Is that a bit of a hindrance for Davidson in the style of offense they run?
You know, it's interesting, Randy. With as many different mesh points as they have in that offense, you would think so. But they are so specific in terms of what they do. They're so committed to doing what they do so well. I don't think that should be an issue. Blake Pettit went over to the sideline to get the play, and wide receiver flanked out to the right is Aiden Rothermill.
And they'll readjust big number 18, Mr. Roberts, at the bottom of the set on his second down play, and they need a half dozen to move the sticks again here. Second man through, and that's Johnny Weir. He's got some kind of a glide burst when he comes to the line. He takes a wide first step, it seems like, and by the time he's probably 1 step into the defensive line, he's already close to full speed.
And pretty effortless, Randy, I think is probably the right description. You can see how quickly he's able to put that right foot in the dirt and get himself going north and south. Watch here, plants that foot. You can see the over pursuit of the defense. The free safety, Colin Mulder, was coming up to make the play, and he overruns it because of the cutback being made by the running back.
Another first down at the 32-yard line now for Pettit & Company as he checks the wristband. Home Appliance Solutions first down has the ball at the 32, and they'll advance it out to the 35 with Nixon on the carry, and the tackle that time by Eric Thompson. In that first half, by the way, Nixon 7 carries 80 yards and 1 receiving touchdown, and Weir had 15 carries for 55 yards. So again, if they get 203 yards,
you're guaranteeing success.
At 3,000 yards on the season, I'm guaranteeing success in this contest. And there's the number so far for Leo.
Pretty good average. And that TD there for Mr. Nixon.
I was kiddingly asking Coach Scally before the game if the weather would affect his passing game. I think they want to reset the clock right now.
Yeah, look into it. So Randy, years and years ago when Brian White was still the head football coach here at Davidson, he asked me to come speak to his football team at their season opening banquet. And it was very interesting because they introduced a couple of new coaches while they were there. And I remember him introducing his wide receivers coach. And I kind of looked at this guy when I got up there and I said, "What did you do wrong?" And he looked at me like, "You're not going to, what are you going to coach? They're not going to throw you the football."
Talk about being the Maytag man, huh? Second down after a gain of 3 from the 35-yard line. Look at Pettit. Is he going to wait for the back judge to lift his hand and milk that clock as much as he can? That was a long time developing, and Johnny Weir's got it up to around the 38-yard line. Hit made on the play by big number 43 for the squad from Olentangy Liberty High School, and that's Freddie Node coming up again from the secondary to make the stop.
Mentioned Weir on that kickoff return coming up a little bit limpy, and he's shown it again there. Randy, that long count, that is the strategery of this football team, is to be able to go up there, give a long count, especially on second and long, and see if they can get an encroachment, but they're going to go ahead and run the play that they had designed.
Third down and less than 5. They'll readjust again. Put Roberts to the top of the formation. Little jump by Weir to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down as your short-lived precipitation picks up a little earnestly now with a little more flow coming from the heavens.
Yeah, don't be surprised if they go for it here on fourth down. Fourth and about 2, 1.5. You can see again the push by the offensive line and the running back, Johnny Weir, jumping into the pile. Gave himself up, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, they have yet to go for it on fourth down in this contest. 71.4%. Their conversion rate at 15 of 21. On the other side, their opponents are at 40%, just 12 of 30. You know, they have sacked the quarterback 16 times. They've been sacked only once so far this season. And that's it for Johnson. Wrap up here and now. With that being said, we'll return to the game after this message from EverDry Waterproofing.
For a company to claim it's the industry leader in anything, it better be able to back it up.
When it comes to basement waterproofing, EverDry Waterproofing has over 42 years and 90,000 satisfied customers to support its claim.
With its lifetime warranty, EverDry has a solution for any basement water damage in Ohio. Basement water problems are serious and happen to a lot of homes. It's good to know there's one company that'll be around as long as you are, EverDry Waterproofing. Remember, it's not dry
until it's EverDry.
And they keep it on the ground on the first down play, and will scoot out for a gain of a couple on the play. Is that time getting the ball for the first time in this contest tonight is number 26. That's Dominic Tempesta, and coming into this contest, he had carried the ball a grand total of 57 times, good for 118 yards. So Dom's got a short gain on the play. He's also caught 3 passes for 5 yards. There's the quick pop. They like that pass to Oakley. It was successful in the first half. And again, we go back to those numbers. It was a sneaky 10 of 13 for Grohe at quarterback. But again, 2 of those passes were dropped easily. Could almost be perfect in that first half passing the ball.
And he's had good protection, Randy, the entire night. And this is obviously the go-to receiver. They're continuing to play soft out there. Running back Chase Brecht, who was in a slot there when they brought Dom Tempesta into the football game, was able to get out there and make a block.
So third down, they need 1. High snap. That kind of changed the timing, and he's not going to get the first down. Great pursuit defensively that time by big number 25 for the Wildcats to make the hit. And that is Preston Sweet who makes the hit. But again, the high snap, it looked like they were going to get the first down, and then with the high snap that kind of changed the timing. Tempesta, I think, was supposed to get a handoff on that play.
Yeah, Randy, again, a little bit of a high snap, and it just messed up the timing right here at the very beginning. I think it was play action because at least the quarterback was thinking about throwing the football there. But
I wonder if that was the second option, though, because Tempesta had stopped for a second to look at possibly getting the handoff a little longer than a fake. So now the ball goes back to the Wildcats. They make the fair catch at the 39-yard line. We'll pause for the cause. 7:08 left to go. Davidson on top 14-0 here on the CW Columbus.
High school football memories made right here on the CW Columbus.
Jennings has got it, has a seam to the outside. The answer is yes. It's enough time to score a touchdown with a half a minute left. That was a game from October the 11th, 2013 that Jeff and I worked. Davidson would go on to win the game 28-7. E.J. Jennings had the record for rushing in a contest until Carson Grisak broke it earlier this year, and Carson Grisak is still running at this moment in time.
Boy, it makes you wonder, Randy, with that huge comeback win that they had in week number 1 that we had against Reynoldsburg, how big, if they don't get that win, you really wonder where their season goes. Yet they get the win and they're able to build upon it.
That year back in 2013 is a year in which the Wildcats finished the season 13-1, went 7-0 in the conference. Their only loss in the playoffs was to Moeller. 1st and 10 from just outside the 40-yard line, and that time it is Nixon who's got it. And Jeff, your short rain showers just picked up in intensity again here.
Yeah, we're going to be okay, though. Not going to last very long, and let me tell you what, we have had spectacular weather through the first 9 weeks of this season.
And that was the one thing that always haunted me about the Thursday games. If the weather got bad, I always felt bad for the fans because, the game was moved by us from Friday to Thursday. So if it rains on Friday, I'm okay with it. 2nd down. They need 3 more. Wow, Johnny Weir hit right at the point of contact. That is Flanagan who makes the hit on the play.
I want you to see the technology of Hilliard Davidson. Look at this. This is down on their sidelines, Randy. They're able to view like it's a coaching meeting right here. They're sitting down there. That offensive line is sitting down there, or the defensive football team in this case, sitting down there watching the tape that the coaches are coaching them up on the sidelines. This is the technology that some of these teams have.
Welcome to high school football 2021.
Yeah, thanks for the great shot by our crew.
I thought they were going to watch the CW down there. 3rd down and a long 2 from the 48-yard line. Pettit to keep. He's got the 1st down. Nice move to the outside. That'll move the chains again with 5:51 left to go. He is very smooth, too. He makes it look like everything is planned.
Yeah, throughout the season, averaging about 5 yards a try. Now, most quarterbacks are going to have stinky running averages because of quarterback sacks when they're throwing the football. Doesn't happen here. We don't throw the football at Davidson, so he's got a great rushing average of 5.2.
And he's been sacked 1 time this year. That's it. When you don't throw that many times, you don't get sacked that much either, as you mentioned. And so 1 sack against 16 they've done against their opponents coming into this contest. On a 1st down play. Nice move to the outside, stiff arm by Nixon. And he got what he could, and a little contact at the end of the play. And they're going to flag Flanagan on that one.
Yeah, and that was just a silly move by Flanagan, and he knows he's going to get flagged for it and upset about it. I don't think it was a malicious play by any stretch, just kind of one of the things you do when you get caught up in the moment. So it's going to be a 15 yards added to the end of the run.
And we always talk about the first 5 minutes of the second half in basketball. Here's Mr. Bachman with the call, by the way.
Dead ball. personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 5 on the defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
But the first drive of the second half can be crucial too, especially when you go against a team like Davidson.
Here, watch the tail end of this. Clearly out of bounds at that point, and then you saw the arm come up, and it put his arms up right away like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but too little, too late. And all of a sudden, Hilliard Davidson in business inside the 20-yard line.
The next time Leo Nixon touches the ball and he goes forward, he'll have over 100 yards rushing on his Home Appliance Solutions first down. And that would be this time, because he took it from the 19 closer to the 17-yard line. So he is over the century mark rushing in this contest with 5:35 and ticking here in the third. Davidson, a team, oh my goodness, state championships in 2006 and 9, made it to 10 regional finals since 2001.
They've got a terrific history here.
Since 2001, they have 32 playoff wins. They've been in the playoffs 18 the last 21 years. We'll tell you about Liberty when they've got the ball. Second down, they need 8 more. It's Pettit, and just a big mosh pit waiting for him. And one of the lead guys there waiting for him was Charlie Cole III.
You know, Randy, as good as this Davidson football program has been over its history, last year was just a shocker. They're in the OCC Central. Obviously, we're in the limited year. 2 of 7, their record last year. 0-5 in the OCC Central, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs to Pickerington North, 35-22. Their final game of the season, by the way, this year,
Carson Greasock
against Upper Arlington.
That's right. On a third down play now. Third, and they need 7. And Pettit to keep it. Not this time. Great job, and the ball squirts free near the end of the play and still fought for. We had not had a miscue in this contest. Let's see if they mark it down or who's got it at the bottom of that scrum.
A lot of pushing and shoving and grabbing going on down there, and it looks like
Big 75's got it.
Davidson able to come up with it. Brady Abel in there. His dad is the offensive line coach, and he's one of the leaders on this football team. Watch Brady Abel, number 75, right up inside. He's able to see that ball come loose, and watch how quickly he gets down on the ground. Good reaction by that young man. We're going to try a field goal from the 24-yard line, a 34-yard kick, Randy.
We'll see what Aiden Ignat can do. He is 6 of 9 on field goals, log of 51 against Grove City. Pettit is the holder. High snap. There's the kick. There's a flag on the play, and I think the flag comes before the play is allowed to commence.
Dead ball. Encroachment. Defense. Number 7.
Wow. Does this change things a little bit?
So you go from a 4th and 8 to a 4th down and 3. Do you bring the offense back out here?
I think with leading this ball game 14-0 and a good solid kicker in Ignat, you go ahead and get the 3 points, make it a 3-score ball game. Good decision, I think, by Jeremy Scally.
Young man who likes math will now make it a 29-yard attempt again with the quarterback holding. Looks like your rain has slowed down quite a bit, sir. High snap again. Plenty of leg. The kick is up. And it's good. 3 more on the board for the Wildcats. Make it 17-0 now with 3:24 left to go here in the third quarter. And just a reminder, at the end of the game, we'll be selecting the Zombiezi Bay player of the game for their haunting performance on the field tonight. This fall, Fear has a new name, Zombiezi Bay. Check out their 4 haunted houses, 2 scare zones, and plenty of wild rides. Get your tickets at ZombiesiBay.com. Not recommended for children under 13, or as I've said before, Jeff Logan as well, too.
I think we ought to send a camera crew with you over there to kind of scout it out a little bit.
Yeah, we could do that.
How do you think you'd handle it?
Me? Adult diaper, I'm fine. I can handle it. When I was a kid and I went to a haunted house, I had a bad experience. A ghost came around the corner and scared me, and I decked him.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Whoops.
Natural reaction, I guess.
Whoops.
Yeah, it didn't go over too well, but my dad wasn't that upset.
That's a felony in most states, not in Indiana.
It was my father.
Oh.
8 plays, 31 yards, 29-yard field goal. Took 3:44 off the clock, and a little icing on the cake, if you will, with 3:24 left to go to make the lead 17. Diagonal kick this time. We'll have a return that starts from the 17-yard line, near side up across the 20 to the 25, up to the 26-yard line on the return for the Patriots. Big number 85 on the return, and that will be Wilson Roberts. So, with that being said, we give it back to Liberty. We were talking about the prowess of Hilliard Davidson, kind of touch on some of the great things that when you look at Liberty, they've been to the state semis 3 times, 14 playoff wins since 2014. School, remember, opened in 2003. Coach Hales led them to 13 playoff berths, and they've made the playoffs 7 straight years and have averaged 10 wins a year since 2016.
Yeah, definitely a Hall of Fame coach over there at Steve Hale, a terrific guy, and she mentioned the only coach Liberty have ever had, and here's the call by the official.
It's a timeout taken by Liberty.
Yep. A little confused in terms of what they were trying to get accomplished. You know, I mentioned that last year Hilliard Davidson struggled with their schedule, but if you look at OCC Central for the Patriots last year, 8-2 and 4-1 in the conference.
Well, Jeff, next week it is the Swan Song. Honda's Friday night Rivals season will come to an end. We'll take it to New Albany High School, where the Eagles play host the Warhawks of Westerville Central. It starts right here on the CW Columbus at 7. As we speak right now, Albany is undefeated, but they're playing at Pickerington North tonight. They were down, 3-0 in the second quarter.
Did I hear that Tony D'Angelo was going to be a guest sideline reporter for us next week? Is that a possibility?
I have not talked to his agent yet. Is that a possibility, really?
Well, if we can't get him, we'll take Bev D'Angelo. How's that?
Miles Harris, are you listening to this?
No, to do it with Miles.
Oh, okay. I thought, boy, you're picking on the young guy already, huh? First down and 10. We love Miles. And going back to throw is the quarterback, Grohe, looking long downfield, kind of slings a sidearm shot, and he's got his man. And then the ball comes out. Brecht had the ball at the 44-yard line, Jeff. He just could not bring it in.
Boy, a lot of blue jerseys down there covering, but again, on target, on time for quarterback Ryan Grohe. Substitute role, puts this up, a lot of air underneath it, and again, good defense. I was going to say catchable ball, but when you get that kind of defense at the end to be able to separate the receiver from the football, and that was your strong safety, Colin Nymeister.
Who makes the play and sets up now the second down play. There's the pattern that they like, is a little out. It goes to Oakley, who makes the catch again.
Not getting tired of that throw, are you?
No.
I mean, they have perfected that little dig route out to the outside. And again, Davidson choosing to give the receiver, Alex Oakley, as much room as he wants. How about a little stop and go by Oakley?
By the way, Oakley's brother plays baseball at The Ohio State University. 3rd down and 3. If they have that play. Another high snap again. The quick pop this time goes to Brecht out of the backfield. He's got the first down and then some to midfield. Chase is being chased all the way down inside the 20-yard line, and a shoestring tackle knocks him down at the 17. Second big gainer for the running back / wide receiver, and he's got a nice first down with 2:58 left to go in the third.
Again, high snap, but Grohe is able to come up with it. Look at the block out on the perimeter by Dean Stack. That is a terrific block by the senior wide receiver, giving his body up out there. And Stack gets up, and he is chasing him down the field, trying to get another block.
Gain of 58 on the play. 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line. And now it's Tempesta, and he's brought down back around the 22-yard line. Great pursuit coming through that time by Adric Phillips, the big defensive end.
Well, Adric Phillips is a guy that spends a lot of time in the other team's backfield. Coming into tonight's game, 7 quarterback sacks, 7 tackles for a loss, and this will certainly add to those numbers tonight. 6'1", 235, a senior. Look at him blow this play up from the very beginning. Beat his offensive lineman through the outside shoulder, made the big play.
And the pass to Oakley. He's got the ball inside the 15, down inside the 14-yard line, so a nice gain on the play. And by the way, Adric Phillips, his uncle, you might remember, was Eric Phillips, who played at Davidson. And Adric, a young man who likes singing and teaching the Bible. And there's a nice move by Oakley to get the ball inside the 14 to close to the 13-yard line. It'll be 3rd down there, and they need to get the ball just inside the 9 for a first down. Need to make a statement here, Jeff. They came up short by inches in the first half, down by 17. Grohe rolling, looking, gunning to the back of the end zone, has his man. It's caught for the touchdown. It's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. And by the way, get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF as he finds Brecht for the score, and now it's 17-6.
Well, a really good job there of looking for a receiver, and Brecht making himself available, getting open. You see Brecht at the top of your screen was in the slot. Quarterback Grohe throwing back across his body. This is not normally a recipe for success. Never throw late back across the middle. Got away with it here. Good strong throw. Wide open in the end zone. Chase Brecht.
Connor Ingram for his 13th extra point of the season, and a little pinball breaks out, so the kick bounces back, and it's no good. We stay at 17-6 with 1:38 left to go as Chase Brecht with his second touchdown catch of the season. This is a multi-purpose guy, you know. You put him in the backfield, you put him in the slot, you put him as a wideout. He can do it all, and a great blocker that gets overlooked because so many times you can't see that when you're in a one-back set. But Brecht is the guy, too, that according to his dossier can really block as well, too. So they get on the board now to make it 17-6 in this contest as we approach 1 minute left to go here in the third quarter. The biggest plays, the biggest schools, the best high school football. And you get to see it first thanks to First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum. Catch it tonight at 10:45 p.m. only on Fox 28. I'll be watching. You should too. To check out all the scores from Central Ohio. And Jeff, by this point of the season, normally we're anticipating who's going to make the playoffs, but when the top 16 make it from each region, a little bit of the mystery is gone, especially when some regions have 17 to 19 teams max.
Yeah, and Randy, the only, I'd love getting more teams involved in the playoff. The only downside of that is when you take somebody that is number 16, they're going up against that number 1 seed.
And on the return up across the 25 to the 27-yard line, that's where Davidson will get the football. A return of some 19 yards on the play. By the way, that drive was 6 plays, 73 yards, and that's a 14-yard touchdown pass to Brecht to make it 17-6. Took 1:41 off the clock, so the quick strike capability was there for the Patriots on that drive.
Yeah, unfortunately they don't get the extra point. They doink it off the upright, and still 3-score ball game to be able to get back into this thing for the Patriots. And I believe with the way that Davidson's able to hold the football, a 3-and-out right now is what the doctor ordered if you're the Patriots football team.
If you're not going to wear down, this is the time to make the stand if you're Liberty. Oh, look at the undercut. Flanagan came flying through like a missile. Big number 5 just with a solid hit, and Weir had no option but to go straight down. Flanagan with 13 solos, 9 assists, a returning starter who likes hockey and math. It's part of the National Honor Society and is a human bullet as well, too.
Yeah, that's the way to make up for that late shot out of bounds. Come in there and make a solid legal play right in the backfield. That doesn't happen very often. Good blitz read and run through by the linebacker Shane Flanagan.
Second down and 10, no gain back at the 27-yard line, under 1 left to go. Robertson, Kozakowski both realign. And they'll keep it on the ground. Nixon got pelted again. It's Flanagan again flying in there. He is coming shoulder first and just making some solid hits and setting up a third down and long. You want to talk about a guy that's possessed out there with his defensive prowess. Got to see this play again by Flanagan. Watch this hit again right there.
The blitz from the outside coming from the strong safety. That was Bryce Bird coming in. So that means they are really loading the box now. Randy, this is a crucial play for Liberty here with just about 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. We'll see if they get the play off.
Could we see that 4-letter word? Pass.
4 receivers? I think it's just window dressing.
Nixon in the backfield. Let's see if they run the play. They don't have to. Actually, they do. There's a 1-second differential. Now they look at the clock. Nixon's got it. He's not going to do it. He got up to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. It's going to force a fourth down in a punting situation when we start the fourth quarter of week number 9. Davidson forced to punt. Liberty, do they have anything left in the tank as we head into the final 12 minutes? They're trailing 17-6 right here on Honda's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, here on the CW Columbus.
Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athlete of the Week. William Kanapke is a multi-sport athlete in football, volleyball, and bowling at Hilliard Davidson High School. He is summa cum laude, a member of student council, and has a 4.6 GPA. William is a freshman focus leader and member of the city's task force for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Congratulations to this outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athlete.
Congratulations to Will, and we're giving you a quick look at the Hilliard Davidson High School Marching Band who performed earlier tonight at halftime. This peak sponsored by Music Go Round Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations at 2630 Bethel Road and Gahanna inside the Stone Ridge Plaza. It is the fourth quarter, and it is fourth down for Hilliard Davidson. With Ignat to punt, Johnson back deep now for the Patriots. 17-6, Randy Reinhardt, Jeff Logan, Jake Stewart, Miles Harris, glad to have you aboard. A line drive affair that's going to hit at the 45 and take a little Liberty bounce. So they'll have decent field position, Jeff, and really they're only 2 scores away right now because a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and then a field goal could have this one knotted up again as well too. Oh, it is coming. It is coming. I watched this show when my son was young. A classic brought back to life. Booby trap rooms, temple curses, teams trying to escape with their lives. As a classic is brought back to life on the CW's new show, Hidden Temple. Watch it Sunday starting at 8 p.m. only on the CW Columbus. You are correct. That voice they used to have, I love it. I hope they have the same voice characters from the past, too. Quick pop, and guess who? It's Oakley again who makes the catch, and now the sense of purpose and a sense of urgency for the Patriots as they get something going here early in the fourth quarter.
Well, again, first down play to Oakley. That seems to be a normal circumstance for this Liberty offense. And again, they are, from a defensive standpoint, look at the top of your screen, how much room they're giving Oakley, number 88.
Got about a 7-yard cushion right now.
Well, look at the defensive back all the way back to the 37-yard line. Got a linebacker underneath.
From the 47, quick pop, it goes to Breck, and Chase has got it. This was a 50-yarder in the third quarter, and this time he'll get it down to inside the 40, but a nice gain. And again, he'll stop the clock as they move the chain. So right now, the momentum has swung somewhat over to Olentangy Liberty.
Yeah, and again, this is a 1-2 punch. They have done this more than 3 or 4 times tonight, where they'll throw the ball to the left, get it over to Oakley, then they'll come into the slot and throw the ball over to Chase Breck. And right now, it appears that Hilliard Davidson doesn't want to go up and challenge that, which is okay. They're just going to try and keep everything in front of them and not let anything break out.
Their slogan in the past at Liberty has been look for the best grass, meaning look for the open field, and that's what they've been doing. The quick pops to either side, and then Breck sometimes between the tackles. And Grohe underneath has his man. Pass is complete inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. Got a nice game that time as they hit big number 81 on the pass play. And that is Dean Stack who makes the catch. And Stack, a guy, good frame at 6'1" and 180, makes catch number 16 on the season.
Now this is just a little drag, or what we call a waggle route, coming over the middle after everybody else is cleared. Good defensive play coming up to close at the end of the play. And again, but great yardage, Randy.
On the first down play. On the out pattern, guess what? First down means it's Oakley. And he's got another gainer inside the 20-yard line, and enough for another first down. They'll move the sticks with 11:05 left to go. And they're moving the ball, Jeff, sometimes getting timeouts when they go out of bounds, so they're not really milking that much of the clock. This time, they stay inbounds, but they'll move the chains and get the ball inside the 15-yard line.
Randy, they can't get a linebacker out there quick enough in the flat to get underneath that play. And the corner is playing way off. The corner right there, if you look up the top of your screen, Jackson Mazzullo, number 11, giving him 10, 12 yards.
Dom Tempesta looks for a gap. Nice spin move that time. Gets the ball down to around the 10-yard line. So after a couple of pass plays, keep him honest with a run on the ground, and they'll get about half the yards they need now. So it'll be second down, actually closer to 6 now from the 11-yard line. And we're only 90 seconds in to the fourth quarter, and the crowd is kind of subdued now here on the home side as well.
The rain might have settled them down a little bit, but Grohe already 19 of 23 for 202.
And a quick pop again to Stackhouse. Nice job by Stackhouse to carry a defender and take it all the way down inside the 7-yard line before he's knocked down by Brady Schwieterman.
Alex Oakley tonight, Randy, 10 receptions for 89 yards as well.
Yeah, he's not that deep threat. He's been a possession receiver with those quick outs.
Absolutely.
And this time they get it to Stackhouse, who makes his second catch of this game. So third down, just shy of the sticks. Third down and less than 1 from inside the 6, and we're inside 10 minutes left to go here in regulation. In the end zone, the pass nearly picked off on the play. Well, you had guys going left and right, little slant action. Oh, did he catch it? He did catch it for a touchdown.
Holy cow.
Wow. Was that Brecht who came up with the football? Another Ramos Roofing touchdown. I saw the defender at the goal line, who I thought had a bead on the ball, going from right to left, and Brecht the back. The one thing that's been interesting is they moved Brecht out of the backfield, too, made him more of a wideout, and he's got the catch. Take a look at this one more time. Talk about threading the needle.
Boy, a sidearm sling, and you can see it went right through.
What happened. Ooh.
Let's see. He's got the ball there clearly, but did the ball hit the ground first? We'll try and get a look here.
Deflected
we'll
at the
bring
line
this
of scrimmage.
Slow. Boy, very difficult to tell there, Randy.
That was deflected.
Look at it again. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage.
And tipped maybe again right there, too.
Boy, I think that ball hit the ground.
And the try for 2 to the corner of the end zone they go, and the pass too strong. That fade pattern is always a dangerous route, Jeff, because you put everything in one basket there, and that time the try for 2 is no good. So we stay at 17-12. But that ball looked like it was tipped not only at the line, but maybe by one of the DBs at the goal line. Remember, I thought that there was a bead on it by one of the DBs.
Yeah, Ryan Grohe had to sidearm that ball into the end zone.
And we pause now for a moment from a word from our good friends at Columbus State Community College. So Chase Brecht had 1 touchdown catch coming into this game. He now has 3. Ryan Grohe had completed 25 passes on the season. He may double that here tonight. The return going to start from the 16-yard line. And Neimeister has it up across the 25 near the 30-yard line. Again, that touchdown pass. Take a look again. Watch the pressure at the line of scrimmage.
Watch him sidearm this here. He's got to keep the ball low to keep it up underneath. And does that ball hit the ground first and come up to the... We'll get a good shot here from our end zone. Looker from our above camera. Watch here. Boy, to me, Randy, that ball looks like it skips on the ground.
Give you one more view of it. I think it was deflected twice. I think number 16 also got a paw on it. And Lane Sowers in the secondary. And still... From that angle, it almost looked like it was a fair catch, just barely missing the turf, and he kind of cradled his hand underneath the ball.
I'm not going to question this officiating crew because they are really, really good.
And now, right now, if you're Davidson, some of the air has come out of the balloon and out of the crowd here as well, too. This is a time where you would think the locals really have to help their team and push them. They're up by 5 right now with 9:09 left to go, and if you're Liberty, you made a great stand defensively on that last possession when the Wildcats had it.
Yep,
that first down play was only a gain of 1.5, maybe 2 yards, so it's 2nd down and 8.
Very unusual 3 and out on the last drive.
Johnny Ware, between the tackles, nothing there. They stand him up and push him back. What a difference a couple minutes make in this contest. 43 and 67. You see the guys helping to team up on the tackle there. And Freddie Node coming up from the secondary, and also Charlie Cole the third. So now you're looking at a 3rd down. I'll tell you what, Pettit has put in about 5 miles tonight going to the sidelines and getting the plays and the information from his offensive coordinator. And I remember legendary Aaron Kincaid when he was playing at Worthington Kilbourne in the past too, and was also an offensive coordinator at Upper Arlington in the past as well. So 3rd down, big play here. 3rd down with 8:15 and ticking, and they need 7. And a passing play, perhaps downfield, the toss, and incomplete. Great pressure on, and still nearly a fingertip catch on the play by Clark. So now 4th down, and you would think a punting situation again for the Wildcats.
Yeah, it really took them out of their comfort zone, trying to get the ball to Mikey Clark, number 21. And you can see a quarterback is going to get hit as soon as he throws the football, and nearly intercepted. That was Patrick Duggan coming up there But you can see the contact on the quarterback. Good clean hit back there and nearly picked off. So another, Randy, successive 3-and-outs.
Ignat needs a good punt. Gets it off. Johnson watches it hit at the 37, trickle inside the 35. I notice that Ignat's punts go sideways when they bounce. He doesn't get that lucky bounce downfield a little bit further. Let's go back down the sidelines with 7:57 left to go in this contest, and Miles Harris. Miles.
Thank you, Randy. Now, we didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Hale at halftime, but I did hear him talking to his team while they were warming up here just before the third quarter, and he kept telling his team just one play at a time, trying to keep their momentum and try to gain some of that momentum and keep their energy high, not letting the score distract them. And as we've seen thus far, their team has definitely responded and making it a pretty tight contest in the fourth quarter. Randy.
And again, it's Tempesta in the backfield. Brecht is a wideout. They go with a 4 wideout look for Grohe. Rolling left. Is it Oakley time?
First down, isn't it?
It is. And again, they find him.
Ball loose.
And it's free at the 45-yard line and fought for. And they're going to give it back to Liberty as it's covered up on the play by big number 65. And that's Carter Smith, the big left tackle.
Those big old linemen don't get many times to touch the football, getting downfield to try and make a block. But again, Randy, this has become part of the menu. Go out there directly to Alex Oakley out in the flat, plenty of room. Good heads-up play by Carter Smith.
A guy that can use those ball handling skills when he goes to Indiana. They need all the help they can get right now. First and 10 from the 45.
He plays basketball?
He should. And the pop downfield looking for his man. He's got him. It's Brecht again inside the 20 to the 10 to the 5, and he's going to take it in. Chase Brecht for the touchdown. That is his third receiving touchdown, and it's another Ramos Roofing touchdown. Get your free estimate on a roof by calling or texting 614-761-ROOF. 55 yards on that touchdown play.
Boy, what a change of events. We talked at the end of the first half that they have been able to effectively throw the football, and now moving Brecht out of the backfield and into the receiving part of the game has proven to be wild. How about that? Shaking that sugar, sweet as Dixie Crystal, takes it right into the end zone.
4 touchdowns receiving for him on the season, 3 in this game. The try for 2 to make a 3-point bulge in the back of the end zone. The toss, the pass is complete.
Absolutely
it's Brecht
good.
Again, and there's your cushion of 3 at 20-17. And if you turned off this game at halftime and just turned it on, what a shock you're seeing. It was 14-0, and now it's 20-17 Liberty.
There was no question about this one being caught. Nothing wrong with this one. Again, another sidearm slinger from the quarterback, Ryan Grohe. What a night he has had, Randy.
And the Wildcats will get it back, but for the first time in this contest, they are down 20-17 Liberty. Don't go away. Honda's Friday Night Rivals continues, presented by Columbus State Community College. Ryan Grohe had completed 25 passes on the season coming into this game. Tonight he's 24 of 28 for 281 yards and 3 touchdowns. And for the first time tonight, his team is up by 3. Connor Ingram with the boot. And the return going to start from the 10. For an eye. Check that. That's Johnny Weir. Weir's got a seam. Weir to the outside. Needed one more block. Didn't get it, but still gets a 31-yard return and sets up the Wildcats in good position with 7:03 left to go. And, Jeff, we should mention, too, we got 2 outstanding kickers in this ball game as well, too.
Yeah, and you have a missed extra point for the Patriots. It's a 3-point ball game. So, Randy, a field goal obviously becomes important here. Boy, Johnny Weir had an opportunity there. Had he kept it back up inside, it looked like there was a lane for him to maybe take it all the way to the north end of Dublin.
Liberty has challenged Davidson to keep running between the tackles, and they've stuffed it. What do you change right now if you're the Wildcats?
Boy, you just got to get some confidence going with that 1-2 punch in the backfield, Randy. That's your go-to.
And
there
this time, there's the handoff and the big gap on the right-hand side as Leo Nixon's got a gain of about 8 on the play, 2nd and 2.
You know, I know they like to show that compact formation where they've just got one receiver out there with the tight end on the wing. This time they've flanked a couple of guys out. That removes a couple of those defensive backs that like to play inside the box. And once again, Randy, 2 receivers to the top of the screen trying to spread the defense a little bit.
They need 2 on 2nd down. Off the left side, there's a gap. There's the first down. Nixon backs his way across midfield, down inside the 47, and moves the chains with 6:28 left to go.
Now I want to clarify, those 2 receivers that are going out there, they're only out there for window dressing, all right? They're there to spread the defense. They have no intention of throwing the football at this stage of the game.
Oh, what a block.
Not because they can't, because they don't have to.
So now it's at the 47, across midfield. 1st and 10, 6:28 left to go. Davidson 6-2 on the season. Liberty at 4-4. Again, your 2 wideouts to the top, string to the bottom of the formation. And Nixon will exit the backfield. And that could be a backward pass.
They called it
ruling out a
incomplete.
forward pass.
They called it incomplete. But
Steve Hale doesn't think so.
Line judge was over there, and Steve Hale was standing right there with him, or the side judge, I should say. Watch again. Right? From that angle, forward pass. Only because he hooked it.
A lot of sidearm tosses here tonight.
Yeah, there have been. Steve Hale not letting the official breathe over there. Staying with him.
2nd down and 10 from the 47. Play took 4 seconds. Nice little run this time. All the way down inside the 41-yard line. Now flag at the end of the play. Did they grab the handlebar perhaps?
Boy, very few penalties in this football game. Gives you some idea of how well coached these 2 teams are, and it is going to go against the defense.
It is a face mask, according to Rob Bachman. So put that ball down around the 26, 27-yard line.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 7. 15-yard penalty, 1st down.
Randy had a good visit with Mr. Bachman before the football game, and we were talking about the playoffs a little bit. His crew already receiving their assignments for the first couple of weeks. They'll keep that crew together, which is great. Here you see the inadvertent but clear grab of the face mask. That was by Miba Wandwosen.
The flag was at the 41, but they're marking it down to the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, down by 3. And inside handoff, it goes to Nixon, gets maybe 1. You almost sense the last team to possess the ball might be the team that wins this.
Yeah, could very well be, Randy. And after failing on 2 drives in a row, 2 3-and-outs, which is very uncharacteristic of this Davidson offense, they seem to have found their mojo here and are moving the ball at Davidson pace.
A gain of 1 on the play, 2nd down and 9. Davidson with their full complement of 3 timeouts left. Liberty burned 1 early in the second half. They have 2 remaining.
Now, they're in no rush here, Randy. 3-point lead. They'll take their time. Good, long, hard count.
Clark and Weir wide to the top. Nixon the lone back in the backfield with Pettit. Blake on a long count now. High snap, calls his own number. Not a whole lot there. Got it inside the 23-yard line, and that was it. But I tell you, one guy that's really kind of gummed it up is big number 43 on your screen. He just seems to have a nose for finding that gap and just putting his body there and lowering that shoulder, and that's Freddie Node coming up again from the secondary.
Yeah, now, again, a strong safety up there making plays at the line of scrimmage. It gives you some idea of the type of defense you have to play against this running attack of Davidson.
He's been playing football since he was 6 years old. He likes math and golf and plays lacrosse at Liberty. His sister Miranda was a 4-year starter in softball, winning 3 sectional crowns and a district title. 3rd down and 8, big play here. Pettit looking, going downfield, has a man, and the pass is incomplete. Nixon had the step.
Boy, you could not put that ball in a better position to make sure that it doesn't get intercepted, but a very difficult ball to catch over your head. Came right out of the backfield on a wheel route, right down the middle. And ladies and gentlemen, that is an opportunity missed. Good throw by Blake Pettit. And I guarantee you, number 15, Leo Nixon, wants another shot at one of these.
Looking for his 7th field goal in the season is Aiden Ignat. His long is 51. This would be 40 from the near hash. The snap, the kick, he's got leg. It is up, and it is good, and we are tied at 20 with 4:26 left to go. Big number 1 living up to that number on his jersey, knotting this one at 20 apiece.
How about that, Randy, coming back? That missed extra point may be looming large in this football game. 20-point game, tied, and boy, execution at the high school level. That was 41. That could have gone 51. There's a great shot from the end zone. Look at the pressure coming from the right side, and you could not have been more accurate with that kick.
You know, earlier tonight, the breeze was definitely a factor after our mini showers. Now, the wind has significantly died down, so that was not a factor in that kick at all. Started a little to the left, but worked its way for dead center. And just like that, a brand new game. And that was a grand total of 8 plays, 30 yards, 40-yard field goal. So it's now tied at 20, took 2:37 off the clock in a brand new contest. And we know what the Patriots like to do on first down. We'll see what happens with Ignat in the kick. Can he get another touchback and force him to start from the 20? What a game in week number 9, huh? Line drive, and we're going to have a return from the 4-yard line to the 20, and Johnson will take it up to the 23-yard line. Sounds of the game, we're going to take you back to that big 4th down stand, and you could sense the excitement and anticipation on that big 4th down play as we look at 4:21 left to go here in this contest. Here you go. Tie up there, and a quick pass back the other way, and this time they try to go left and then they roll back to right looking for Oakley, and the pass falls incomplete. So many twists and turns, Jeff, in this game. What ifs, you could say, but what if they take it in and get that score? Would it have changed things? We don't know. Maybe Davidson would have found something better they could do on offense, but right now tied at 20 and a 2nd down and 10 from the 23 now for the Patriots.
What did John Cooper say? If ifs and buts or candy and nuts, what a great Christmas we'd have.
Merry Christmas it would be.
Yeah, there's no ifs and buts in this game.
Where is that lucky Buckeye? Quick pop. It goes to Breck, and he's got it out to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. So nice gain by Chase, but shy of the stick, so it's going to set up a 3rd down from the 29. They have to cross the 33-yard line, so they need a long 4 right now to move the chains. Under 4 minutes left to go, and the locals that are left on their feet. Some of the fans left because of the precipitation earlier.
Oakley, top of your screen, and you can see crowding a little bit in the secondary.
And Missoula just took 2 steps up. 3rd and 4. Showing blitz. They're coming. Growy looking, gunning, and Breck, did he corral it, or is it incomplete? Waiting for a call. They're ruling incomplete. All right, now if you're the Patriots, I assume it's punting time, right?
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of argument there either coming from Chase Brecht. Watch this throw. Yeah, pretty good call, I think, by the official. That ball did come loose.
But he nearly corralled this thing with one hand.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing. What a transformation this young man has made from the first half where he was strictly a running back. Now he's kind of flipped out to that slot position.
Ingram, low snap, gets the punt off, his best punt of the night. Inside the 35-yard line, and is going to dribble forward to around the 35 before it dies there, and that's where the Wildcats will get the ball back. Tied at 20 with 3:18 left to go. You can make every day a good day, Columbus kind of day. Yep, you can do that. Let Kurt, Jessica, Katie, and Buck help you get your morning started right. Wake up with Good Day Columbus, Monday on ABC 6 and Fox 28. We may still be here Monday morning in our 14th overtime. We're right now tied at 20, 3:18 left to go in regulation. We've had one overtime game already this season. And that was a couple weeks ago.
Davidson with that field goal leg that they've got over there as a offensive weapon. Need about 35 yards here with 3:18 remaining to get in field goal range.
And again, on this Home Appliance Solutions first down, they have their 3 timeouts left. Keep it on the ground, and they'll get it up from the 35 up to the 38-yard line. So Nixon seeing a bulk of the ball-carrying opportunities here in the second half. Is that to spread out the defense with Weir, or do you think he's banged up a little bit?
No, I noticed he got banged up on that opening kick of the second half, Randy, but one of the things that they've tried to do is spread that defense a little bit. They have not had the 1-2 punch lined up in the backfield like in that I formation like we saw a lot of in the first half.
Blake Pettit gets the information from the sidelines. They call him Mr. Davidson, at least Coach Scally does. He said he lives and dies Davidson, a true Wildcat. Off the left side, nice moves, and the ball bounces free at the 42-yard line. Did Nixon fall back on top of it? I think he did.
With the ball.
I thought it bounced free. Did it not look like it bounced free at the 42-yard line? We'll see if we can look at that again with 2:23 left to go in regulation.
Play designed to go up inside. Look at the trapping guard and tackle coming around. Put that ball away, and you can see it did come loose. Very fortunate.
Big play here, 3rd down and nearly 4. Approaching 2 minutes left to go. Tied at 20. Play clock down to 10. On the ground. There's the gap. There's the first down. Out to the 49-yard line. And I think Nixon a little slow to get up. I think he landed on the football.
Colin Mulder, he's limping, Randy. That's a leg injury. Colin Mulder came up and made the hit. We'll try and watch the tail end of this. What an effort by this young man. You can see him hustling through there. Look at the contact, and the leg got caught up underneath, grabbing that right ankle as the tackle was made.
And Leo tries to get up and realizes with the help of Johnny Weir he can't do it, so he's down on the turf right now near midfield.
Suffered one of those my senior year, Randy. It was pretty much a high ankle sprain is what it appeared to me. And I know, you fasten your seatbelts, everybody.
We may have bonus football, and that's exciting, but to take away some of that excitement, ladies and gentlemen, instead, we'll dull it down with a little bit of Logan's Heroes.
All right, now again, these are teams that I am expecting to go deep into the playoffs. Pickerington Central tonight at Lancaster, or against Lancaster. They've got a loss on the year, but I think they're going to be deep. Granville, terrific. Bloom Carroll, as I've told everybody, I think we got a state champion there. And Marysville, they were up early on Berlin, and I think Marysville's got a terrific football team.
Best defense.
Yeah, and Big Walnut against Dublin Scioto tonight. New Albany sneaking around in there. Upper Arlington sneaking around in there as well. But I think Pick Central may be the class.
After what you said about Upper Arlington, you don't have them in the top 5 of teams that can make it deep in the playoffs?
Deep, because they would have to go up against Pick Central.
All right.
I see Pick Central going deeper than what UA has, and that is not a criticism of UA. That gives you some idea of the Division I athletes that they've got over at Pickerington Central for Coach Jay Sherritt.
Who did Pick Central lose to tonight? Or in the season. They lost to Pickerington North in week number 4. And there is Nixon coming off the field. As you look at the orb right now, that gold in football that'll go to the team that's victorious, and Nixon not putting any weight, Jeff, on that foot at all. That is sad to see. So.
Just kind of got the ankle caught up underneath when that tackle was made. A good solid hit made by the free safety Colin Mulder coming up to make the play, and now they're going to have to rely on the other punch up there, and that'll be Johnny Weir back in the backfield, number 22.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line, and he accelerates to the contact, gets it across midfield. Flanagan and company make the hit. He's knocked down at the 48-yard line. When do you crank out that sense of urgency? You've got 3 timeouts remaining, though.
We're at $1:30 right now, Randy, and I would think here, if you do not get the first down here, you certainly need to be thinking timeout if you're Coach Jeremy Scally.
They need 6 more. Handoff, Weir, and he's got the first down. Momentarily, that will stop the clock as he gets down inside the 42 to the 41. While they move the chains with 1:16 left to go. Is this the power drive they needed? Oh, look at that spot. They spotted the ball all the way down at the 40-yard line.
And a timeout taken by Davidson.
And that'll be their first. They have 2 remaining, but that is a generous spot. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. 57 yards on the field goal, by the way. And I want to remind you that his long was 51 this year against Grove City. So you're getting closer and closer to that field goal range here in this contest. And what a week 9 it's been. Jeff, I loved your pick so seriously. Marysville, probably one of the most suffocating defenses you could have in Central Iowa. Powers or not, even without him, that team is something special.
That's what I've heard from a lot of coaches that have looked at Marysville, played against Marysville. They said if you took Gabe Powers, who is an Ohio State commit, who's going to be playing linebacker for the Buckeyes one of these days, if you took him off of the field, they still have maybe one of the best defenses in all the state of Ohio. So congratulations to what Marysville has going on up there, and expect them to go deep.
Going to try to see if I can get an update. New Albany now on top of Pick North, 20-19 in the 4th quarter in that game.
They've got a good one, too.
Big Wallen on top of Dublin Scioto, 21-13 in their contest so far.
1st and 10, here we go.
Bradley over Orange, 27-26 in the 4th. And flags before we start the play with 1:16 left to go. Olentangy Orange, and I mean this, has to be the best 0-8 team I've seen in my life, and they're down by 1 right now. Here's the call from Mr. Bachman.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
I think the statistics for Orange are just off the charts, and Zeb Schroeder has done a terrific job with that football team. But to have his team leading in the 4th quarter as many times as he have, and it's not bad coaching, it's certainly not bad playing. They've just had rotten luck in the 4th quarters.
Mark the ball to the 35. 1st and 5 from there with 1:16 left to go. Johnny Weir looking for 5 more. Stood up right near the sticks as he's hit on the play right at the 30-yard line by Colin Mulder. Mulder makes the hit coming up from the secondary. The clock winding again. They're saying he's shy of the 1st down. So it'll be 2nd down and less than 1. And now they're moving the sticks. Okay, they gave him the 1st down. They've got the ball touching the 30-yard line. And now I think Davidson will burn a 2nd timeout.
Now officials timeout for a measurement.
We got a player down. 47 is down as well too. Got a lot of things going on at once. First of all, they moved the sticks. They changed the sticks to 2nd down. Eric Thompson, the linebacker, was down on the turf. He was slow to get up, but now he's gotten up under his own power. Heads to the sidelines, but they are going to mark it touching the 30. So that's enough for the 1st down. And Thompson will have to check out for 1 play.
Remember we talked about Eric Thompson in the 3rd quarter with that shoulder. We looked at that, and this is a guy that's very physical. He's a rocket over there on defense. Number 1 tackler for the Olentangy Liberty Patriots coming into the game. 50 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss, 2 quarterback sacks, and a pass interception.
And his granddad played and coached at Notre Dame. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Under a minute left to go. They get the ball inside the 25 to the 21.
Look at the push.
And look at Johnny Weir push the pile inside the 20. That's another 1st down. Now you're in field goal range. And with 43.9 left to go, you still have unofficially 2 timeouts remaining.
And it looks like Davidson is going to go ahead and take the timeout. What an effort here by Johnny Weir. Boy, when you've got 2,000-yard rushers on your football team, Randy, throughout 8 weeks in the season like Davidson has, you get one of them that goes down a couple of plays ago with a apparent ankle injury. You put the other guy back in who's been out there at the slot, and he just picks up and goes.
By the way, Davidson is over 200 yards rushing right now, so they're over 3,000 on the season. That was one of the Honda's keys to the game. Nixon, 20 carries, 138 yards. Weir now, 27 carries, 96 yards. So he's close to the century mark. The ball is at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 from there. 43.9. Jeff, can you run, a couple plays here?
I would think so. They got to be very careful, though. They got to make sure that they leave themselves a timeout available to be able to get the kicker on the field.
Aiden Ignat has been warming up in the bullpen along the sidelines here. 1st and 10 from the 19. Weir, nice hop step, and he glides through the gap inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, the slide will not count as part of that gain.
Style points.
It'll be where he first landed, and so they'll mark it back a little. Look at the jump cut here, though. That is terrific. Johnny Weir finding the hole, getting himself upfield, and they've put themselves in a perfect position with 38 seconds to go here in the final quarter. 2020 game.
Now Liberty burns their 2nd timeout. Interesting now. They're hoping to see if they can at least stop him on 2nd down here and then stop him on 3rd down and force that timeout and maybe get a chance in the waning moments of this contest. And now Weir goes over 100 yards as well too. So you got 2 running backs. We talked about it coming into this contest. They were each over 1,000 yards and separated by 60 between the two and maybe 10 carries on the campaign. The 1-2 punch, but Nixon has been forced to the sideline, sitting on the training table. In fact, right now, Jeff near side by us here with his helmet off and having that leg attended to.
Look at Brady Abel, number 75. He's the captain of this offensive line, charging up his guys out there, letting them know that the O-line has got to deliver here in this circumstance.
He's part of the Renaissance Club and the National Honor Society. And a short gain on the play, just kind of centering that up maybe a little bit. Half a minute left to go. If you're Liberty, do you burn another timeout?
Yeah, kind of interesting that they would have taken one before, but not here. And it looks like Davidson's going to run it all the way down and go ahead and try and kick the field goal.
So the ball's resting inside the 15-yard line at the 14. Clock down to 10.
There's Jeremy Scally working with the officials, going to take it all the way down. And
I'd stop it with about 3.
There you go.
2.3 left on the clock. All right, do you do the old ice the kicker if you're Liberty now?
Absolutely. Pull out all the stops.
So the timeout is taken. No timeouts remaining for Davidson. Liberty with 1. And Aiden Ignat. Is he the loneliest man in the world right now?
Well, he's the most confident guy out there. He's had a terrific record for this football team, and I don't think it's time to quite put the dog in the truck, but it's getting close if you're a Hilliard Davidson fan with the success that this man has had kicking the football. Remember, though, on his last field goal try, saw that pressure coming from the kicker's right. And that's where his eyes go, and that's where a kicker can screw up a little bit, is that if he sees that pressure coming from that right side, takes one little glimpse over there, then he can run into problems. So let's watch the pressure. It'll be at the top of your screen where the pressure came last time.
He loves math. He's a great math student. You don't have to be an Einstein to figure this one out, though. He needs to get that ball 31 yards and needs to get it over the upright.
Looks like the pressure, though, on this time is coming from the left side.
From 31 with Pettit to hold with 2.3 on the clock. And there is your timeout taken by Liberty, their final timeout in regulation.
I think it's funny when fans boo that. They all know it's going to happen. So you boo them trying to do the right thing.
It depends on which side you're sitting on as to whether you boo or not.
Well,
though.
I didn't hear any booing coming from across the sidelines. I heard it right in front of me here in the press box.
So 2.3 left to go. It has come down to this. Early on, if you're just joining us, it was Davidson on top. In fact, they had a 14-0 lead at halftime. Depending on how you look at it, it could have been more, it could have been less. Yeah. They had a field goal as well, too, to widen that cushion as well, too. And Liberty came storming back. And, Jeff, they were going to Oakley on first down, but then they discovered putting Chase Breck as a wide receiver, taking him out of the backfield, added more options to that offense. And Ryan Groy, with that sidearm effect that he's got, was able to find receivers downfield across the middle, Breck a couple of times, and got them back in the game to take the lead 20-17 with a 2-point conversion. But then Davidson answered to nod it, and now they have a chance to win it with 2.3 left to go from 31 yards away with Blake Pettit to hold it. This for the ball game. Plenty of leg. The kick is up. It is good. Zeros on the clock. And Davidson wins it in the last second with the field goal, 23-20.
Davidson will go to 7-2, and you got to give a lot of credit to Liberty from fighting back from 14 down to lead in this football game, 20-17. Perfect snap, perfect hold, and perfect kick right through the uprights. Randy, a well-deserved win for Hilliard Davidson tonight. There's a look from behind.
Watch his reaction. He knows it.
Yep. Now the celebration starts.
Number 1, wearing number 1. Gets the kick. Boom. There's a little contact. The mosh pit begins in earnest right now as Aiden Ignat gets the field goal. And what a night it has been for him. Came through with the kicks when they needed it. What a comeback by Liberty on the seesaw affair. And the Wildcats with the last laugh. They get the victory in this one, 23-20. Exciting football in week number 9.
Absolutely. And I promise you that the Patriots are going to be a mess when they get into the playoffs for somebody. This is a really good Olentangy Liberty football team.
More to come in 30 seconds. But first, this message from First Scores on Fox 28.
First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Spectrum, tonight at 10:45.
What a contest. You missed it here in week 9. If you didn't, great game. You know, you look at our games this season, we've had double overtime, 2 one-point victories, and now a game that was decided on the last play of regulation. And for Davidson, they go now to 7-2, and for Olentangy Liberty, 4-5, and great performance. And Jeff, in a microcosm, this is what high school football is supposed to be. Great talent on both sides, big plays on offense, defense, and special teams.
We talked about the fact that, Davidson got up 14-0 in this football game, but it could have very easily been a 7-7 ball game had they not turned the ball over on downs on 4th down at the 1-yard line. And we're going to go straight down on the sidelines with our friend Miles, who's got the winning head football coach.
Thank you, guys. Coach Scally here. I got to ask you here, how impressive was that win? You guys kind of lost the lead there a little bit, but then kind of get the momentum going down to a stretch. How'd it feel?
Just keep swinging. We talk to our kids about that all the time. I've said it the entire year. Don't care if it's ugly. Don't care if it's pretty. Don't care if it's an overtime. Don't care if it's a last-second field goal. Just win.
Now, especially at this point in the season, you guys only got a couple weeks left before you hit the postseason. But again, what's the message going into the postseason?
Let's just get better tomorrow morning. That's it. That's the message. Just try to enjoy this one, and then go back to work tomorrow and follow that formula. We'll be all right.
Now, one touchdown that stuck in my mind is the second one you guys got from Leo Nixon here. And that's not how you drew it up, but what was your feelings going into that one there?
To be honest with you, it's I think people overcomplicate it. Just put it in your best player's hands, and it's not about plays, it's about players, and just put it in his hands and let him go do his thing.
All right, Coach, congratulations on the win. Guys, I got one question for you here. How'd that win feel?
Boy, Miles hates giving that trophy up, doesn't he?
The husband of Kerry, the father of Finley and Lincoln. Coach Scally, a happy man, but those guys are even happier as they get the victory. What a contest in week number 9. And I tell you what, nothing to be ashamed of for your Liberty, the way you adjusted. That's what Steve Hale does. You can talk about X's and O's before a game, and some coaches are not good during the game. Steve Hale does the prep, then also does a great job in contests as well, too. Time now to check out our Zambezi Bay player of the game. And, we could have gone in a lot of different directions, but the kickers get no love, no respect. Some coaches don't love kickers at all, I can tell you that. But there's the toes of Mr. Ignat, who came back, Jeff, to tie this game, and then on the last play of the game, got it. A guy that's got a 51-yarder this year, too, as well. We talk about special teams being important, and everything else kind of negated or washed out, and it came down to his toes, and he gets the nod as the Zambezi Bay player of the game.
8 of 11 kicking field goals in the high school level. You got to be feel pretty good about that. And I saw as Miles handed that trophy off and gave it to the team handed it right over to their kicker in celebration of his efforts tonight.
Aiden aided the team tonight to a victory. Congratulations. They are pumped. It's been a pleasure, sir.
Good to be with you, my friend.
Can I talk to you again next week?
I will be here.
All right. There's Aiden. He gets the trophy. Now, you can't keep that, Aiden. You got to share that with the team. As another edition of Honda's Friday Night Rivals comes to a close, we'd like to extend a big thank you to all of our great sponsors, also to Dean Marini and the entire Image Video broadcast team. Join us next Friday at 7 o'clock when Westerville Central takes on New Albany. What a game that should be, right here to wrap up our season number 10 in week number 10. On behalf of Jeff Logan, Miles Harris, Jake Stewart, I'm Randy Reinhardt. What a night it has been. Back and forth we went. And finally, it came down to the 10 little toes of Aiden Ignat, who got the field goal as time expired. And Davidson gets the win over Liberty 23-20. Thanks for joining us. Talk to you again next week. And let me remind you, you've been watching Honda's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College, in one place on the CW Columbus.